How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another session of D&D here on Forgebreaker, but tonight we got something a little bit different. We will be doing a one-shot campaign, should only be one session, where our players are going to the village of Falseharbor, one of the villages within the Living Isles, the setting of our D&D Civil War campaign. When the players are participating in this, they're participating in a time frame that is just before Civil War, and it's mostly about silliness, just some generic kind of things that are going on in the world, but that's for us to discuss here in just a few minutes, once we introduce you to the characters and the like. Going to quickly go over kind of what we got coming up here. Tyranny is Tuesday, so we hope you'll tune in for that. That should be pretty exciting. Civil War does return on Wednesday. It is part 2 of our 3-part finale, so that's also exciting. We have Fate's Game Night on Thursday, D&D Replay on Friday. Ascension is coming up this Sunday. Giants is next Wednesday, and then Entropy, which was supposed to run tonight, but somebody was unfortunately not able to make it, got pushed back and will now instead, the next session will be on the 14th. But with that, unfortunately, it looks like we're still missing somebody. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this, and we'll drop you here. Alright, is everyone here?
I'm here.
Still waiting on Morph, but that's okay.
I'm also here.
What's up?
I'm also here.
You're also here?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay. Alright. So, and have you guys been able to get a hold of him?
He's still away right now, but I told him to jump in when he gets back.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this thing. All right. So, most of you guys are familiar with our campaign setting for Civil War. Falseharbor is a city to the southeast of the city of Toledo. The setting itself is a very tiny village, like less than 200 people live within this village. Some of them live in the downtown parts of it and are what would be considered the downtown sections, while others kind of live on the outskirts and just come into the village to help with the various businesses in the region, which are mostly fishing, but some of them are also for the shipping docks and things of that nature. This specific game starts off in a very large inn within Falseharbor called the Tipsy Ferret. Drop you here.
Fantastic name.
Very good name.
The Tipsy Ferret is, while the coastal village itself isn't known for much, it is definitely known for the Tipsy Ferret. It's the pride of the village, and the band, which always plays here, the Halfling Five, play 2 nights a week at the Ferret and always pack the house. They entertain the locals and seafaring travelers. The music is loud and often off-key, but their entertainment value is like nothing anybody has ever experienced before. The patrons of the Ferret, however, always louder than the band, laughing, shouting, enjoying the entertainment, and getting a little carried away in the process. There's really nothing like this anywhere else within the Living Isles. This is where our story begins. Each of you have kind of walked into this inn, settling in for the entertainment. You gather around the stage, listening to the music and comedy of the Halfling Five. The inside of the ferret is very alluring. Squared stone beams support the upper floors, and torches are attached to each one of them. The walls are all covered in photographs of personal achievements and other kind of heroic triumphs of the Living Isles. Several long tables are occupied by a bunch of separate groups of individuals, all enjoying themselves in the night's entertainment. Some are a little more rambunctious than the others, though rarely do they get completely out of hand. In the back corner of the inn, near the stairwell leading up to the second floor, are a group of men and women kind of surrounding a table where an arm wrestling match is taking place. The other kind of smaller tables are also occupied with individuals who are playing games or telling jokes or things of that nature. Even though most of the stools at the bar are all occupied, it does seem like you could probably squeeze your way in and kind of settle in for the evening if you so choose. You can definitely tell that this place is kind of used to the foot traffic that they get with the Halfling Five here. As you walk in and kind of find a seat and prepare for your evening, why don't we go around and introduce our characters? Any one of you, whoever wants to start.
Okay, no one's speaking up. I'll go first. I say as Shay wants to go. Go ahead.
That's all right. Okay. I'm Shay, and I am playing Pink, the half-elf wizard. I got glasses, and maybe might sometimes be dyslexic. Just sometimes.
All right. Anyone?
Okay. I'm playing Ursula, and specifically, Ursula is a...
Sorry.
Wow, hi, that was loud.
Setting some ambiance music here. Yeah, it's the other bot. That's why.
Sorry, let me fix that because it's really loud on my end.
Yep.
Oof, it was cranked up to like 75 on my side. Yikes.
Jesus. Just blew your ear out because I was at
It
10
did.
and it was loud.
So I'm playing Ursula. Specifically, she is a Zariel-blooded tiefling, which means she's a buff girl, as well as a bit charismatic. But she has purple skin with horns that extend and go a bit blue towards the tips. She is dressed like a monster hunter with a heavy set of armor within a leather coat over which, and also wielding a very large and nasty looking scythe. She looks perpetually grumpy with a resting bitch face.
All right. And Rez?
I am Rez, and I am playing Yasha D'Arten, a divine soul sorceress who looks like she fits the part of a sorceress, wears a kind of a cloak and all that stuff. Looks very nice. Her hair is kind of covering one side of her face, so she's got that alluring, only one eye is visible kind of view. And she's here to enjoy some halfling music.
All right, and we are missing one of the party members, but that's okay. We can come back to that once they arrive. As you guys kind of wander in, you do notice that there are only a few tables where there are actually seats available. And you kind of clamber in and kind of get yourself settled. the entertainment is by far one of the best things that you've experienced in your time here on the Living Isles. The halflings know how to entertain their guests. One member of them, a blonde-haired individual who his friends keep calling Lucky, often runs around the room handing the patrons a lute and a glass jug and challenging them to a duel. This is obviously not a serious request. He doesn't expect much out of the patrons, but he has a little fun at their expense. But as you're watching, you're noticing these individuals are getting into a little more than what they assume they would. As they take a swig of this glass jug, they kind of stumble a little bit, kind of having trouble standing on their feet. His duel is very simple. He challenges anyone to play, hands them the jug that is filled with this dark brown ale that's churning and bubbling. This ale, called the Ferret's Brew, is known for its potency. He'll take a swig of it and then hand it to the challenger. Sometimes he'll make light of their ability to withhold their liquor, or, their ability to play the lute, depending on how terrible it is. If it gets really bad, he'll reach back and grab a toy lute from behind his back and start playing to compete against them. It's all lighthearted and pretty good fun for everyone. The barkeep, her name's Dorite. She's a female halfling herself. Enjoys the game because it promotes the ale, and the patrons always end up spending a little more money than they anticipated. Eventually, this duel starts making its way around to where you guys are sitting. And you watch as this individual kind of looks up, holding this lute out and this jug of ale in his hand. And kind of looks and says, "Well, now, tell me, which of you are going to help me to entertain our guests?"
Hello there, hello.
Yes. And who might you be?
My name is, Pink.
Pink. That's quite an interesting name now, isn't it? Tell me, Pink, would you like to join me in entertaining the guests here?
Oh, maybe bad.
He kind of chuckles and says, "It's quite all right. I understand. It can be a little intimidating at first." And he kind of turns and looks over in the direction of Ursula and says, "Now you might just be a challenge for me."
Boy, I'd break you in half.
Oh, maybe, maybe could I might try.
He kind of stops and kind of looks back over at Pink and he's like, "Yeah, why not?" And he hands this big jug over to you.
I will take the smallest of sips.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution save as soon as you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So as you grab onto this jug, you pull it to your lips, trying to take just the smallest amount of a sip from this. And as soon as you do, you feel almost faint. Like your eyes start rolling back in your head, and you just kind of slump over onto the table itself. Lucky kind of grabs onto it and laughs a bit and takes a swig of it, stops. Wait. Nope, I'm good. And then looks back over at the other two.
All right, let me try it. You're challenging an obvious lightweight there. She can't handle her drink to save her life.
And it hands you the jug, and you take a swig of this. What's that?
Is true. It's very true. I can't.
So Ursula grabs onto this jug immediately, taking a big swig of this thing. It is bitter, and it feels weird as you're drinking it. Like it's almost, it has like a viscosity to it as you're drinking it. And you take a sip of this and you almost just, you start coughing as you do, but then you're like, oh, okay, I got this. And you continue to finish the drink and then hand it back to him.
Not bad, though.
Thank you. Thank you for the host. So yeah, you hand the jug back to him and he's like, all right, very well. Do you want to go first? And he kind of pushes forth this loot in your direction.
Is that to me?
Yes.
Shay, do you actually have the hiccups?
No, she's very much in
imitating
character.
Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say, did you just give yourself hiccups to have to be in character?
I could chug a bunch of water right now.
So he hands you the loot and is interested to see if you're going to take up his challenge.
She looks at it with a level of disdain and is like, well, it's your funeral. I can't be responsible if something bad happens to this. And she strums it.
Holy shit.
And oh yeah.
And here's Wonderwall.
Like right off the bat, you lay into this loot and you begin you're hitting every note perfectly. And
Play Clips of Dover!
he looks, takes a swig of the bottle, sets it down, taps his fingers for a second. I got this. And he reaches forward, grabs the loot from you, begins playing, and he's playing it at a level that you've never experienced in your life. And then suddenly, as he does, he mishits one of the keys, or one of the notes as he strums on the lute. And he kind of looks at it, looks back over at you. Say, what funny business are you trying to pull here?
If there is, I missed the joke.
I like her. No funny business. I've told you before, I've never touched one of those things before in my life. I guess I'm just a natural with my fingers.
I can't, no, this doesn't make sense. He kind of starts fumbling through his stuff.
It's very true. She's very natural with her fingers.
He kind of looks over and chuckles at you, and it's about at this time everybody's kind of watching and like anticipating what's about to happen, and suddenly you hear a door slam open to your south.
I look to the south.
And this is what you see. The door swings open, and this kind of crazy-eyed and crazy-haired old gnome kind of stumbles in. Lucky stops, turns and looks over in the direction of the individual that walked in. And you start to hear him kind of muttering under his voice. And he's, what is old man Gillian doing here? He never leaves the mansion.
Who's
Crazy fool like that has a mansion.
You wouldn't believe the things that this individual is capable of. He's the magistrate of our village.
is
Right.
what's your name?
Oh, my name. My friends all call me Lucky. It's about that time you watch as this individual stumbles over and starts climbing on top of this table. As he gets up on top of the table, you watch as he kind of raises his arms, trying to get everybody's attention, and claps his hands a couple of times and says, friends, you're in for a real treat tonight. Tonight, at my mansion, the real entertainment begins. for my friends have finally arrived. You're all welcome, of course, but remember, there's a dress code. And he quickly rushes back over, grabs the door, flings it open. And as he does, he starts laughing. And you watch as 3 scantily dressed female zombies wearing party hats enter into the ferret. The excitement obviously has stopped the performance of the Halfling 5, and all of the patrons are freaking out and starting to run away, kind of hiding in the back corners of the room. You watch as the individual, Gillian, which is who Lucky mentioned it was, quickly makes a dash for it and tries to get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. And I'm going to need you guys to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Forge.
Mm-hmm.
I almost rolled an Oathbreaker Paladin, and in the back of my head was, oh man, I'll probably never run into any undead that I can just dominate and have as a minion.
I'm so.
I'm not mad. I'm just laughing at the irony of this. It's like, oh man, I should have stuck to it.
Should have done this.
Right, Rin. Can you get over a 3?
I will try my best. Nope.
God damn it!
You had to say something.
That's not a very great necromancy form of school.
No.
I don't know. This looks like my kind of party, and she gets her scythe ready.
All right. So, unfortunately for you, these 3 kind of half-dressed zombie females come stumbling in. As they're kind of wandering in, they're pushing up against one another. They're dressed as if Gillian actually believed that he was hosting a party, and they are his guests. These zombies kind of wandering through, just kind of looking around. Let's see who's first. This one over here starts making its way up the stairs, giving chase to the civilians on the stairs there, or the commoners there on the stairs. We'll take a swipe at one. So we'll just do a quick attack here. Definitely hits and is going to do 4 bludgeoning damage. And is going to knock this one unconscious. The next one kind of looks forward, seeing Ursula. Immediately starts running forward. Take a look at this one, and it's dressed in like it's having trouble walking because it's wearing high heels. It's wearing a dress that's kind of ratty and tattered and just all sorts of out of bad shape. Has bangles around its wrists and a very fancy looking necklace. It starts wandering forward, kind of reaching for you, and gets ready to swipe, trying to hit you. Unfortunately for it, a 5 is not going to hit.
Even with my terrible.
The next one is going to come forward. Did Morph ever make it? Nope.
No, he's still AWOL.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have words later.
Yeah. So this one's gonna come forward and we'll be swiping at it. Yeah, 21's gonna hit, and is going to also do 4 bludgeoning damage. Oh. That's not right.
And this is what happens when you don't show up.
Eaten by zombies.
Eaten by zombies. Pinky, you're up.
Okay. I take out my spell book, which is like a little kind of a very nice leather-bound booklet, and I'm like, I've been casually flipping through it as the zombies start going everywhere. And then I will look at this one here
Mhm.
and cast magic missile.
All right. Deal 4 force damage, 5 force damage, and 3 force damage.
Is it 3 or 4 bolts? I forget.
3.
3 at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as you do, these 3 bolts flying forward impact perfectly on this zombie, and it stumbles a little bit. You watch as it kind of falls, it like grabs onto the banister, and it's almost acting like, you know, a drunk girl at the party is just trying to hold on, like stay on her feet. It's like holding on to the banister, trying to pull itself back up.
I got him.
Got it. Yasha, you're up.
This is not what I expected today. And she's gonna step back because she wants no part of this. And she actually goes behind the bar. I think that's the bar.
Yeah.
And she will kind of snap her fingers, and at the zombie, I think, yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one, suddenly a bolt of radiant flame streaks out to try to hit it, and it needs to make a DC 13 dexterity save.
All right. Dex save. It does a 13.
Yeah, okay. I miss.
You miss. And that's not
Welcome to
whispering,
Flynn's
correct?
world.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, we can
results?
see them. They're not whispers.
Okay, good. I was making sure that they were whispers. Okay, so yeah, it kind of stumbles and fortunately does not get hit by this. Is that correct? Yeah, it's Sacred Flame. Yeah, so
That
it
is
stumbles
correct.
a little bit and avoids the damage as it flies over its shoulder and kind of splashes and hits the wall back here in the back, doing no damage to the undead. Ursula, you're up.
Wielding her scythe, she's gonna run it across her hand and draw a bit of blood, and she says, "All right, now it's time to party." So activating her Crimson Rite so that there's going to be frost damage added to her attacks, and I take 3 damage myself, and my max HP is also lowered, so you know their
Okay.
forge.
Yep. Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right, so I'll roll damage, and I didn't add in the right, so here's the D4.
Okay.
All right, so 11 slashing, 2 cold.
All right. And as you slash forward with the scythe, it lands perfectly. It kind of makes this thing actually stumble back a little bit since it's so close to you in proximity. It takes the full brunt of the hit. And as it kind of stumbles, you definitely notice it definitely lands, makes purchase. Doesn't seem to mitigate or really care that there's any damage done to it. It's just going to continue its thing. I don't know what his character does. So, what is? Oh, it's a fighter. It's fine. I'm just gonna swing at things.
He hits it with a sword.
No, he uses a crossbow. Huh? Look at that.
It's a ranged character?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Uh,
See, he said fighter, so I picked Bloodhunter because Bloodhunters don't tank.
yeah.
I heard myself.
12 is going to hit, hitting it at disadvantage being so close, and will deal 14 piercing to one right here.
I thought he was the barbarian.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. He had talked about doing Barbarian too, so oh boy, communication.
Yeah, so this one's going to move forward again, kind of stumbling as it's just pulled itself back up from the banister and just kind of swipes forward, almost falling over on top of this commoner in front of it as it does, and definitely hits, and once again is going to deal 4 bludgeoning damage and knock out a second commoner. This one going to continue its swiping attacks on Ursula here, not really affected by the other. 14 to hit.
14 will not hit.
All right, so as it swipes forward, you're able to use your scythe to kind of knock its arm out of the way, preventing it from actually getting purchase on the attack, and save yourself from taking any damage. This one is going to continue swiping, again, mindlessly, at, what's his name? His character's name?
Korthak?
Korthak, yeah. So swipe again at Korthak, and is going to miss with a 6. Pink, you're up.
Still flipping through my spell book. I'm having trouble reading the words, and I sort of hold my hand out randomly at the same zombie that's attacking the commoners, and I try flinging some fire.
Alrighty. Yeah, 19's definitely gonna hit. Alright.
That damage, though.
That was such a low damage number. That's unfortunate. Alright, anything else?
I'll kind of like stagger around a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, you quickly look up as you flip through your book, and saying the right seance to it, you let loose this firebolt that flies up, and it just barely manages to clip it as it kind of goes up and over the banister. It makes solid impact, and it kind of stumbles a little bit, but it still looks pretty healthy and like it's still kind of raring to go here. Yasha. Riz.
Yasha will also throw a firebolt over at this zombie over here.
Alright. Yeah, 24 definitely hits. Alright, and with that, as you cast a firebolt, it kind of flies around, just kind of barely grazes the corner of this post as it does. But as it does, it nails this zombie in the head, and you watch as it just kind of crumples to the ground, unmoving. The commoner that's to the northeast of it frantically rushes out and tries to get the hell out of here, and starts making her way towards the door.
That could have done I.
Sure.
Anything else?
She only had a sip.
She does not hold alcohol well.
I can tell.
It's an elf thing.
I'm done.
Okay. Ursula, you're up.
I will continue chopping.
Chopping.
Oh.
That is very unfortunate.
Oh no, is that the knockout?
What one is it? 88?
86.
86, let me look. Let's look. Alright, for those playing at home
Killing
who
Morph's
have
characters
not
even in other games.
experienced this, is that a spell? No, it's a scythe ability, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just attacking with the
Yep.
scythe.
86?
Yep, 86.
86. Oh, okay. So, it doesn't make much of a difference. It says that you attack kind of wildly and lose your footing. It means that you're going to drop to the bottom of the turn order. It's not really going to affect anything for the next round, so it's fine.
So I just go after the person who's not here. Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, and that will end your turn. Korthok is going to once again take the crossbow. Actually, he's going to have to... It has loading, doesn't it? It does have loading. So he'll have to use his bonus action to reload. And he'll fire a second bolt here. And the 13 is going to hit. Kind of dunk right into the chest of this thing. And kind of stumbles, but it is still standing. This one is dead. This one is going to reach back forward again and attack Ursula once again. 5 is going to miss. The other one, same thing, just mindlessly swiping. You can tell these things are not intelligent in any way. Also going to miss. Bringing us back to pink.
I'm going to go 5, 10. Wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Stagger up the stairs. And I'll firebolt this one.
Alrighty. Yeah, 14 hits for 5 fire damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, so you quickly kind of dip and dodge in between everything, make your way up the stairs a few feet, quickly turn around, and once again, kind of setting Firebolt to memory a bit temporarily here. You once again cast Firebolt, and it flies across the room, hits dead into the back of the head of this zombie, and it kind of falls forward, almost kind of landing on top of Ursula a little bit. Who quickly just lifts the scythe a little bit and just knocks it back, standing back onto its feet again. And with that, it is Yasha's turn.
Yasha is going to try to cast Sacred Flame again as she bravely cowers behind the bar.
All right.
Come on, you zombies are slow and stupid.
2.
There you go. That's what I expected the last time.
All right. And as you cast this, launching it forward, the zombie is unable to react fast enough, and you ping it right in the center of the forehead. And then it falls backwards and collapses onto the ground, unmoving.
Well, I
Liam,
think
thank you for
that
follow.
got my
Very
point.
much appreciate it.
Wait, no. That was the wrong pun. Never mind. I'm done.
All right, Ursula, you're up.
From across the room, you hear Pink say, "Ha!" She doesn't get it, but it was funny.
Flanking, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I will take advantage of Gorthok's non-existent existence and use him as a flanking minion and swing. Nice, not that I needed it.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me how you just completely destroy this this zombie.
So after pushing the one that collapses onto her off, she maneuvers around. She would probably use the half end of her scythe to kind of trip it up and then swing the blade around so that it catches it just under the jaw, and then she pulls upward to decapitate it.
Nice. And as this happens, kind of watch as all of the commoners in the inn kind of stop, and some of them kind of peeking up over the bar, looking around, noticing that the zombies are gone. They start, kind of making a stir and whispering a little bit. You watch as Lucky walks back up, and who had previously just kind of ran and hidden under one of the tables, kind of walks up to the party and says, we thank you. I don't know what Gillian is doing, but this, I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense to me.
When I stagger the rest of the way up the stairs, I would like to stabilize the two commoners.
Okay. All right. Walking up, and I'm guessing using like spare the dying.
I do not have that, but I am proficient in medicine.
Okay, sounds great. Go ahead and give me the rolls for that. So he kind of
I'm
looks
using
around.
Fortune to make that a 10.
Yeah, you can stabilize.
And
She's
there we go.
she's beating one villager with the severed limb of the other villager.
So, have you guys played Fallout New Vegas? And you go
Yes.
into the medic tent, and if you fail, one of the things, like the most awful thing happens to the person that you're trying to save. That's what I envision here. Like, she walks up and she gets ready to try to perform this act of bravery and heroism and trying to save this person, and instead takes the scalpel. It just jabs it into the heart, thinking that this is going to make things better.
Good thing I have Fortune.
It is. But yeah, so Lucky kind of stumbles over, says, what is Gillian doing? Where did these zombies come from?
Well, they were people, and then they died, and then they came back.
Kind of looks at you, just straight face, just no expression, just like, okay. And then he looks over at Ursula and says, I've never seen anything like this before. Gillian is our magistrate, and he did not look like himself tonight.
Well, that's good. You probably won't recognize him once I'm done with him. Now, you're also quite lucky that I'm here. Killing monsters, especially undead, is my forte. So if your magistrate has become corrupted, I'll make sure he's dealt with and your village is safe.
He kind of nods.
We should probably figure out what happened before we decide to slay him.
He said there was going to be a party. These zombies, and she reaches down and lifts the severed head up, probably still having the party hat attached, are wearing party hats. It doesn't take a logical leap to connect these dots.
Yes, but it still doesn't make sense why he would bring zombies to our city.
Corruption doesn't need to make sense.
Well, I personally think that it would be quite unpleasant and unfortunate if anybody were to unleash some sort of a zombie horde upon innocent people.
Indeed.
Kind of looks at you.
That we can agree.
He looks at you and says, the thing that is concerning is Gillian would never do anything to harm the people in the village. I've been hearing some rumors of cultists in the area, but would they be powerful enough for something like this?
If there's enough of them, perhaps. It's definitely something to look into, for certain.
I'll be sure to deal with them as well.
Kind of nods and says, well, if you're looking for the mansion, it's going to be to the northeast. They wouldn't be surprised if the front gate is going to be locked, though.
Hey, everyone, I shaved them.
That's great. Do you have, like, something that helps people stop being drunk?
He kind of looks at you and chuckles and says, nope, it's going to be like that for a while.
Oh.
Come on, Pink. Walk it off.
Okay.
I only asked because she has magic, and that's concerning. Drunk spellcasting.
Ursula's gonna sling Ursula's going to sling her scythe and get an arm around Pink to help keep her stable. Well, no time like the present, and hopefully there's no bars for you to hide under.
I wasn't hiding under it.
Kind of looks at you and says, if you can't get in the front gate, let me offer you a bit of advice. I suggest you take a look back near the lake. Gillian, when he entertains guests, he often brings them to the lake, and there's a passageway there. It's small, kind of hidden and out of the way, but you're welcome to search there. I have a feeling the front gate might not be advisable at this time.
Okay.
Perhaps we should check the lake first. Then, if that's where he would have a party.
There we go. Are going?
Yeah, so with that, you start wandering out of the village, or out into the village. Everything is pretty quiet. It's almost like these three zombies were following him specifically. There weren't extras that were coming along or anything of that nature. It all just, again, it feels weird and out of place. None of this makes much sense. You start wandering over to the lake here. You find as you're getting a bit closer, you see some additional zombies standing off to the side here. Let me pull up my notes here. As you approach, your eyes have a little bit of a tough time distinguishing the building ahead as a mansion, as the kind of exterior of it is built in to look like a fortress of sorts. As you kind of wander around and make your way around the side of the hill, back over by Lake Lomera, you look forward and see two zombies that are standing on the shore, seemingly holding hands with one another, kind of groaning into the night sky as they stare up into the stars. As you kind of glance around, you notice some brush and some trees and things of that nature, but nothing too indistinguishable or too distinguishable about this area. What would you like to do?
My dark vision isn't showing up.
Yeah, mine either.
Character sheets didn't say dark vision.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, tieflings have 60.
Yeah, I just looked at character sheets, and if it didn't say it, I didn't put it. That's why.
Gotcha. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, is it 60?
Yep.
Okay, here's you. And here's you. Okay. Bloop.
There it is.
There it is.
Well, isn't that cute? And I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna cite the first one.
Okay.
So, any light does any need?
I can't see a thing, so if you could provide some light, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, and you definitely hit and kind of jab the scythe through it. Kind of stumbles. Kind of its wrist tied to the one beside it, which you didn't notice at first because it just looked like they were just holding hands, but the two of them had their wrists tied together, and as it kind of stumbles, it drags the other one forward, and it kind of whips around and kind of pulls over towards you, and we'll go ahead and roll initiative here.
As I do that, can I cast light on
Yep, absolutely.
something that Yasha's wearing?
Sure.
She has a very pretty necklace, so
Is it?
Hooray! I moved up from 2 to 5.
It's 40 distance, 20 after 20 is dim. Is that right?
It is bright light and 20-foot radius, dim light additional 20 feet.
Yep. Okay. Ta-da. And all
Thank you.
players should see. So one sec. Whoop. All right. Let's see. Make sure that one. I didn't reset initiative rolls. You're 15. Yasha is 13. Ursula is 5. Oh, it added him a second time. Got it. Okay. That one. And I'm gonna change the music here. Okay. And I need to roll for zombies here. One sec. Nope. Okay. And descending. All right. So yeah, it kind of actually worked out in my favor. So the one as it gets jabbed by this scythe and stumbles back and drags the other one around, it immediately lunges forward and attempts to attack Ursula. And does a 20 hit.
Yep.
Dealing 4 bludgeoning damage as it swipes forward, kind of stumbling a little bit and knocking into you. Pink, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to target which one? You hit this one?
Yeah, he hit the one on the left. The one on the right is the one that just hit him.
I shoot the one on the left.
Okay. Yeah, definitely hits. And shoot this firebolt out at it, and as it makes impact, kind of grazing the shoulder, it kind of stumbles again. Its shoulder kind of going backwards, but it stays on its feet. Thanks mostly because the zombie to its left is kind of holding it up with its arms tied together.
And then I move there.
Alrighty. Yasha, you're up.
okay, I am going to cast Sacred Flame
Okay.
on the one on the left.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of throws her hand out, and the flame lances from her palm towards that Zombo.
Alrighty. 7.
Not enough.
Not enough. The one here.
Yep.
Same. Right?
I'm just piling on the damage.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I'm going to step directly behind. Or I'm going to step so that I'm obscured by the scary tiefling.
All right.
And I'm done.
All right. And as you cast Sacred Flame and it lands perfect, it kind of lets out a bit of a screech, and the one beside it kind of turns its head and looks over at it, and then looks back over in your direction, Yasha, as if you have gotten its attention. But first, the one in front of Ursula is going to attack. 19 to hit.
Yep.
And another 4 bludgeoning damage. In case you couldn't tell, I just did the average on all damage.
That's fine.
Yeah. And as it kind of swipes forward, attempting to kind of stay to its feet. It's looking really rough. Kind of parts of its body everywhere, kind of scattered and like dripping off of its bones. But it is still just barely standing. Yes. Ursula, it's your turn. Door of
Oh boy,
Righteousness.
I'm taking so much damage. Boy, I wish I knew we needed a tank so I could have built that way.
Mhm.
All right. Which of the two had I hit previously?
The one to your north here.
Okay, so the one that just got done hitting me.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna keep attacking that one then, because if it dies, it'll at least immobilize the other one.
Mhm.
Hopefully. Oof, 21.
Yeah, definitely hits. All right.
For
and
9.
As you bring the sight down, you split it right across the head, and it drops to the ground unmoving. As it falls, the one beside it, its arm kind of stumbles downwards, and it has trouble staying up or staying upright as its arms kind of laying on the ground now. And just kind of looking up at you as it's trying to make sure that it's still standing. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, I'm gonna just maneuver behind it because it's mindless and it's focused on Yasha. So I want to see if it's gonna actually try and go after her, so I can get a free attack in.
All right, sounds good. And with that, the Korthok is going to again. I'm going to assume that as you guys were making your way over to the mansion, he had reloaded the crossbow and is going to quickly fire off a shot that is going to hit, attempting to hit it in its leg, dealing 5 piercing damage to it. And then on his bonus action is going to quickly go to reload. But that is going to be his turn. This zombie is going to attempt to step forward. And as it steps, it's going to get just out of Ursula's range, giving you an attack of opportunity. But then as soon as it does, it immediately gets tugged on, like the arm gets tugged as his buddy had fell, and it immediately turns back around and kind of stumbles and almost starts looking back in your direction again.
I'm assuming a 9 doesn't hit either.
Yeah, 9 does not hit.
All right.
And as that happens, it stops and turns, coming back, attempting to swipe at you again. Once again, just mindless, taking whatever it can, and it swipes forward with a 7.
7 does not hit.
All right, so as it kind of stumbles, it falls over itself, falls over the dead body of its friend. Notice it's a little confused as to what the hell is going on right now. Pink, you're up.
Just, I just like,
And yep, that
Yeah.
definitely hits.
I do like this really awkward, like stumbling baseball throw.
Okay. And as you do, it flies forward, hitting it in the back of the head again, kind of knocking it a little off balance. It kind of groans and looks over in your direction, but it is still standing. Yasha, you're up.
Okay. Because I know Radiant is good, I'm going to throw some more Sacred Flames and not awkwardly baseball throw them.
Radiant.
Ooh, maybe I should have awkwardly baseball throw them.
It does not save, but it does take that 1 point of Radiant.
Take that.
Take that,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm none.
All right. And again, casting Sacred Flame, it flies forward, hits it in the back, doesn't really seem to be much affected by it, and is still standing. Ursula, your turn.
Rian.
Rain, you there? Okay.
Was that to step away for a second?
Yeah. So I'll have him back away, and he's going to once again fire off another shot with his crossbow.
Oh, sorry. I'm back. I didn't realize the turn order was going to go that quickly. I just went to go get some more water.
It's all right. It is still standing. After it just got plunked in the back by another crossbow bolt, and Korthok immediately reloads. It is your turn.
All right, let's see if I can finish it off then.
Yeah.
19?
Yep. And once again, you bring the scythe down, kind of chopping off the arm that was attached to his friend. It stumbles and kind of wobbles a little bit and starts to fall. And as it does, it kind of stumbles backwards and falls back into Pink. Pink, give me a dex save.
Yeah.
As the zombie starts falling, bumps into you, and as you kind of reach back to brace yourself against the wall of this hill here, and as you do, your hand slips all the way through it, and you find yourself in a tunnel. Kind of fall like back into this opening here.
Pink, if you're dead, don't respond.
Hey everybody, I found something.
As you enter into this tunnel and you kind of take a look around, you notice that in the back is a lit sconce and what appears to be a storage room of some sort with 4 barrels kind of huddled around the center of it. You kind of take a look around the room. It's damp, it's musty smelling, kind of overtaking your senses. Makes your eyes water a little bit. Makes you a little nauseous, especially with the alcohol consumption.
I think I'm still drunk. I'll stand up and straighten my glasses.
All right.
And then brush my bum off.
Hey, there's
So, what exactly did we find?
I don't know, but it stinks.
Some sort of secret tunnel. I don't mean to alarm anyone, but if we keep going like this, I might need to patch up first.
Hold on, and then Yasha will walk over and lay her hand on Ursula, and you are healed.
Continue.
That's actually how much I needed. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. So again, you kind of take a look around. It's dark and damp and musty smelling. And 4 barrels.
Mm-hmm. I will inch closer.
All right.
I will also move to investigate.
Okay.
And I start looking around, studying the barrels, trying to ascertain what kind of smell that is.
Yeah, I'm checking the barrels for anything strange, any markings,
Okay.
content, what it might be.
Ursula, as you're kind of, or Pink, as you're kind of looking over these barrels, and they just look like barrels. Kind of tap on them. Yep, they're made of wood. Nothing seems weird. They just look like barrels to you. However, as you're tapping, it's mostly because of the alcohol intake. You're not noticing a difference in the tapping that's done, and Ursula is listening closely, and as you tap on the barrel, Ursula notices that it's completely empty. She kind of walks forward, and as she walks forward to kind of tap herself onto the barrel, she hears a slight creaking sound under her foot, as if the sound of like a weakened board starts to give way underneath. She kind of looks around, and as she continues searching, you see that these barrels are actually mounted onto a plate of wood here that looks like you could probably find a way to lift it or pry it up.
I think we. She starts to shout out towards the area, like, I think we found. Oh, Yasha, you're right there. I think we found something.
Oh, a secret passage, perhaps.
She'll gesture to the half-orc to help her. I'll just have him do the help action, so I have advantage.
Absolutely.
Mr. Orc, you're really...
And as you reach down, you go to lift it, and he's there to help, and it actually lifts easily. There's no trouble to it because there's no weight under these large kegs. They're all completely empty, almost hollow, and you can easily just lift this board. And as you do, it reveals a passageway underneath. As you kind of look around, checking out the passageway, you notice that it appears to have a ladder that goes down from where you were at. If you kind of move the kind of opening here, the grating out of the way, has a ladder that leads straight down into what looks like a small pit of water down below.
All right, just follow my lead. Be careful coming down, and if you see anything, try not to make too much noise. It tends to draw other ones in.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll go down first.
I can quiet very as I can.
Oh no, I just moved the map. There we go. I was on the wrong layer.
I think there's an earthquake!
There's an earthquake! We're all gonna die!
The rocks fall, we die.
Rocks fall. Ursula, as you drop down below, you climb down the wooden ladder, and as you reach the bottom, the smell of mold and decay fills your nose. The air is very warm with a kind of slight breeze that kind of swirls into the room from the west. Everybody else slowly starts climbing down, making your way into this chamber. As you do, you notice in the middle of the hall the body of what looks like a bloated zombie wearing a clown's mask lies motionless on the floor. Bloody footsteps trail behind it, leading from around the corner to another doorway that's already cracked open.
Pink, do you have the mage armor spell by any chance?
Oh, I think so. And I'll take my book out and start flipping through the pages.
Don't worry about it. I'm actually going to cast a twinned mage armor to put on myself and Pink.
All right.
Yes, I do. Did I cast just now?
Yes, you did. Very good.
I didn't mean to.
So we both have mage armor because I twinned it.
Yep. Sounds good. What'd you guys like to do?
Before we move in, I'm just going to reapply my rights. So I'll take my 3 damage. And
Okay.
just coat the blade in blood because I can see that zombie shuffling.
Oh, it's not shuffling. It's lying still on the ground.
Okay.
If it helps, if you want, I can take some time and cast detect magic. But it would take me 10 minutes.
I don't think we need it quite yet, but if we come across anything that looks particularly magical, that would be very helpful.
Okay.
I'm going to approach it.
Do you want me to throw fire at throw? Do you want me to bolt a fire at?
Bolt to fire it.
She glances to Yasha for consideration as well. Yes, do that. If it's on the ground, it will at least have to crawl its way towards us.
Do you want us to both do it?
I do that.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it too.
Okay. And as both of you cast this firebolt and it flies, both of you manage to hit it perfectly. Pink catching the mask, this clown mask that this thing is wearing on fire. And as it starts melting off, it's like a thing of nightmare fuel for you. Like
It was
just,
already nightmare
yeah,
fuel. Hate
yeah,
to tell
like
ya.
it's like dripping off of its face now. It's super creepy, but it does not seem to respond to it. Just lays there, motionless.
Oh, look who finally showed up to play the game.
I throw another firebolt.
Okay.
Okay. It's already super dead. But you just made it super duper dead.
Yeah, I
Excellent.
was going to casually poke it with the haft of my scythe, but seeing that it's super duper dead, no, there's no real reason. So I'm just gonna walk by it and just casually decapitate it as I go.
All right.
So what are these tapestry thingies?
So these are banners of the family's house, the Gillian's house. They're just black with the silver trim to it. They're not super fancy. They have the crest of the city of Falseharbor, or the village of Falseharbor, kind of emblazoned on them. But there's nothing really out of the ordinary about them. They're just kind of just standard, just flair for a noble family.
What do I know about the Gillian family or Falseharbor in general, besides awesome halfling music?
You know that the the village of Falseharbor is kind of like a dead end place. It used to be very heavily populated at one time, and it was raided by pirates that ended up destroying most of the village, and it never quite recovered. Most of the people that are stationed here or live here do so because they work the docks here in the village, and they're just looking to get by. It's not like they're making a fortune doing so, but they're at least they're trying to just earn an honest wage. You do know that Magistrate Gillian is a very kind individual. At least from what you heard from Lucky, everything that's going on with these zombies that are kind of everywhere, none of it really makes sense. Nothing really matches up here.
Are there any local secrets or rumors that I might know if I roll a good history check?
Yeah. You can go ahead and give me a history check on it.
I'm gonna roll history too.
Okay. You do know, as Lucky reported, he mentioned something about a cult that's been seen in the area. It had mostly been seen around the village of Lomero, which was to the southwest of this village. They've been in the area, just kind of coming and going. The only reason you could identify them is because they all seem to be wearing the same kind of garb, like this black and red kind of robe, easily distinguishable. Like they even look a little odd when you see them. You don't know, Pink. You don't know a whole lot about the history of this cult, but Yasha definitely does.
Also, Forge, I have it on good authority that this cult is a bunch of pushovers.
Yeah, they sure seem like it. And Yasha could kind of attest to that. She remembers back when this cult, the ones that believe are possibly behind this, when they were exiled from the islands, told that they were no longer allowed to practice their religion because of the way it was corrupting the leadership, namely the king's father before he had passed. It got into his mind, and they were causing him to do a lot of things that were very unnatural. Kind of feels, especially to Yasha, that this is kind of connected to that. It has that same kind of feeling to her.
This seems very much like a cult that once inhabited the islands until it was politely asked to relocate.
Maybe Gillian controlled is maybe Gillian is controlled.
Oh, it's possible that he's under control. It's something that happened to the king's father. We'll have to press on and see.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. They're cultists and they are practicing necromancy. The only thing we need to do is kill them.
I'm waiting for Morph to finally say something, and then all three of us are like the three characters just scream because we didn't expect him to say anything.
Yeah, does Morph want to speak up?
Can I now? I was waiting for a cue. I'm sorry.
It was an hour ago. What's your cue?
I am sorry.
I think it just makes blah 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 because our games usually started at 8:30.
All right. Go ahead and tell us a little about Korthok here.
Well, normally Korthak is just he's a not very bright individual, but he's very passionate about the things he does get into, and he was looking forward to having a good show tonight. Getting to port, maybe have a bar fight, watch a few bands, but right now he's not exactly sure what he's got himself into.
So to quickly catch you up, as you were sitting in the inn, listening to the entertaining music and show of the Halfling Five, the magistrate of the village rushed in, jumped on top of a table, and told everybody that they are invited to a party at his mansion because his friends had arrived. And just about that time, he quickly flung the door open to let his friends in, revealing 3 scantily clad female zombies wearing party hats, who stumbled into the room and began wreaking havoc on everything.
Fuck, that's not a party I was expecting.
And then, as you were talking with Lucky, which was one of the Halfling Five, he mentioned something about if you try to go to the mansion, you're probably not going to have any luck getting in the front door. Even if Gillian invited you to the mansion, it's probably going to be locked anyways because he'll, not want anybody in. But he suggested that you go to the lake. And if you went to the lake, you could probably find a passageway or a way back in. According to him, there was a secret passage, which is where you guys currently stand now.
Nah, fuck, okay. Well, I should help with that then, shouldn't I?
Yes. Yes, you should.
Oh,
Hello there.
Ah!
oh, hello.
He knows how to talk.
Huh? I know how to talk.
Captivating. Can we move on?
Does this look like a dead end?
No, up ahead, as you kind of round the corner, the footsteps kind of lead around, but up ahead, this doorway, it's got a pretty solid wooden door to it. It's kind of pulled closed, or just kind of closed to. It's not completely closed. You can kind of peek inside, and as you kind of look, peering into the doorway there, you see on the floor ahead of you just a massive amount of blood that was kind of seeping through. Korthok, give me a investigation check as you were walking by this zombie.
Sure. Investigation. Not very great. 18.
All right, and as you kind of wandered by this zombie, you kind of take a look down at it. You notice that its body, like different parts of it, its arms, its legs, it looks like it was just gnawed on, like something big and bad was just trying to just eat this thing whole.
So a zombie was trying to be eaten by something bigger than a zombie. That's not frightening or anything.
After hearing this, I'm gonna walk over. And what do I roll to recognize what kind of bite marks?
Nature?
Nature.
They're big bite marks. Like, lots of them. Lots of teeth. Very sharp.
Okay.
Kind of terrifying.
I can try that. Brain blast. 18.
I don't know if this will apply for that, but my Hunter's Bane ability does give advantage on in checks to recall information about undead. Mm-hmm. Would that pertain to this?
No, it would not.
No? Okay.
Nope. Even with an 18, just so many bite marks, it's hard to really distinguish what it would be. The sheer number of piercings into the body of this thing is just incredible.
Fair enough. Think you could ballpark it?
Pocket.
I think you said ballpark it.
Yes.
Ballpark it? Ballpark.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, you gonna open the door and head inside?
This is why I don't hire clowns for my son's birthday.
Oh yeah, and that zombie had a clown mask on that melted away when they firebolted it.
You have a son? You have?
I have 2.
Would you ladies like me to take the lead here?
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. So, you use a crossbow?
No. I use hand axes.
Oh, your
Forge?
crossbow is what you had mentioned on your thing. You do have hand axes, yes, but
yeah. I took the heavy crossbow as like a thing, but
okay. I thought you were doing that as your main. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm much more comfortable now.
He had hand axes too, but he had the crossbow set. Usually, like, I put at the top of a character sheet, I'll put like whatever my primary is. Like, up to the
that's
top.
what I do too. So,
and that's what I assumed. I looked at that. I was like, oh,
yeah, my bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Must have just alphabetized.
Yeah.
It was my silly way of buying things because of my fighter starting things.
Yeah.
And this did martial weapon first, so I'm like, heavy crossbow.
I'm going to shuffle my attacks around just in case I have to run off.
All right. Ursula opening the door.
Yeah. I'm at him mentioning take the lead. She's just gonna scoff and open the door.
All right.
All right then.
Again, as you kind of look forward, you see this just massive amount of blood laying on the floor directly ahead. Kind of look around, and everything looks pretty similar to the previous room. The layout seems pretty much the same. Wall sconces and banners kind of covering the walls. As you look down towards the end of the hallway, you do see a small platform where it looks like 3 chests currently sit. Kind of taking a quick glance from where you are, the one on the left is a wooden chest with like a gold trim to it. The one in the middle looks like a really kind of weathered and beaten chest in the center, and then over on the right, one made of silver and copper, kind of resting in the corner.
We should
Try not
all
to choose poorly. And she
We should-
laughs.
we should all run up and touch everyone.
No.
Ursa's going to look at her, just like boop her in the nose and be like, "No, it's not a good idea."
I thought it was an okay idea.
So I'm gonna try to get a closer look. I'm not gonna approach it, but
Mhm.
I'll move about there. So there's one kind of tattery, broken down chest,
Yep.
one well-made chest, and then one silver chest.
Yeah, so there's the one in the center that looks pretty badly weathered and beaten. The one on the left, as you get a little closer, you're able to distinguish that it's made of oak and has like gold trimming around the edge of it. And then the one on the right is made of copper, and then it has silver trimming around it. And it has a symbol emblazoned on the top of it.
And this is just another one of those same
And
banners.
that's another banner, yeah.
What are these?
They're just pots, like pottery.
Is there any do I see like any disturbance on like the floor? Any like moved
Nope.
dust?
No, you don't see any real disturbance or anything. Obviously, the pool of blood is a bit distracting, but beyond that, no. And this place looks pretty clean. Like, as you're kind of looking around, there's not much dust anywhere in here.
So we can maybe toss a couple coins throw and maybe see if it's trapped.
Or mimics.
Don't be silly. Mimics don't
Don't exist.
I mean they do, but
You're
What's a
probably
mimic?
right. Well, I heard a story once where they used the 2 obviously shiny chests to draw people in, and the plain-looking one would be disregarded. So we should probably try that one first. Or they're expecting us to know about that story.
I'm gonna check for traps while that's happening.
Okay, give me an investigation.
I'm glad somebody did, because I
Or
sure.
perception, yeah, that's fine.
It's really
I'll-
just a 19.
Yeah.
I'll help look.
Yeah, you see no traps.
Well, it looks safe.
I like
Good.
the
Then I'll
way you think.
demonstrate by walking along.
Oh, hang on. Ooh. What is this?
It's
brazier.
yeah, it's a brazier, just a fire pit,
Okay, I'm
keeping
gonna.
everything in it.
So I'll take out a couple copper coins
Mhm.
and I'll toss one at this chest.
Okay. And launch it into the air. It hits the top of this kind of square shaped chest, bounces off the lid of it, and rolls across the stone floor directly in front of it.
Satisfied.
I go pick it up. And then... Yeah, okay.
All right. I'll start with the plain-looking one, but I'm going to do a quick investigation of it before I open it.
Would you like, I need help for me too?
No, if if things go bad, just stay safe over there. Just kind of looking it over, making sure there's no hidden mechanisms or anything.
Okay.
Think okay.
Yeah, and you give it a look, and everything looks okay with it.
All right, I crack that lid open.
And inside of it, as you open this, you find a couple of sashes, like beauty pageant kind of sashes that say guest on them with party hats, and 3 of these, that jug of the ferret's ale that he had, that Lucky had in the inn.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but I think Lucky's a necromancer.
Oh, fuck. Party favors.
Really?
Would, do we have to wear them?
I would assume yes, if we want to take the diplomatic approach. And it looks like she's really hoping we don't want to take the diplomatic approach.
We could maybe wear them and then not take the diplomatic approach after we maybe it just keeps us from getting attacked, maybe?
I think it just looks like fun.
That's why I keep you around. You're the smart decision maker. She starts passing out the sashes.
You, thank you.
Korthak puts one on immediately.
You will also put one on. And then I toss a coin at the gold tome chest.
Okay. And as you reach down into your coin pouch, throw the coin, ting, bounces off the kind of rounded top of this chest. And as it does, falls to the floor, and I need everybody to go ahead and roll the initiative, please.
Oh, fuck.
I knew it!
That's happened to me way too many times.
It's very obvious, too.
Well, my initiative's gaining a net improvement.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
They do exist.
They do exist. Yasha, you're the first to react to this chest that has grown teeth and a very large tongue and hundreds of eyes on the lid.
She screams and then goes, ah! Am I adjacent to it? Because it doesn't look like it's specifically lined up on
Yeah,
him.
you're adjacent to
Of
it.
course I am.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to disengage and back off, so yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bye,
I'm
guys.
not, Mage is
I'm
not
leaving.
standing next to the mimic.
Bye, I'm running. Okay, so you disengage and quickly run away.
Let's see. What does Quicken spell do? I'm not going to Quicken. I'm done.
Okay. Sorry. Want to change music?
God damn it. I regret recommending this soundtrack to you.
I love this soundtrack.
Have you ever played the game?
I love the game.
Yeah, this game's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done.
Okay. So yeah, quickly running away. Pink, you see a mimic spring to life in front of you.
Oh, notes. I should take. Firebolt.
Unfortunately, as you fire off or let loose this firebolt, flies in the direction of it, and this kind of erratic jumping and movement makes it dodge just out of the way of it as it flies back and actually catches the banner on fire directly behind it and starts smoldering a little bit at the bottom edge of it.
Okay, I'll back up and push my glasses back up in place.
All right.
Oops.
All right. Ursula, you're up.
However.
Well, I knew it. I knew the whole time. I'm just gonna slash with her sight.
All right. Mm, 19 hits. And
Oh, sorry. That shouldn't have rolled the second time.
Okay, that's fine. And
There you go. 4 cold, because I still have the right up.
And go ahead and give me a strength check.
Awesome. Can I do athletics or just strength?
Just strength.
Nope.
As you swipe down with the scythe, it lands and hits perfectly on the top of this mimic. But as you go to pull back, you notice that it's now stuck to the lid of this thing, and you can't yank it off immediately.
Hey, that's mine. Let it go.
All right. And
Don't think it wants to.
nope, it's not happy about being hit, so instead it's going to turn its attention to you, lunge forward, and is going to attempt to bite you. A 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, dealing 7 piercing and 5 acid damage.
Rez, I'm glad you healed me earlier.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. All right, that is its turn. Gorthok, you're up.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry. I think I still have Hellish Rebuke. I do. Nope. No, I don't. Never mind. Continue. Alternate Tiefling. I don't have Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, okay. All right.
Alright, well, this thing don't seem too friendly. Let's just, And he pulls out his twin hand axes and then goes down.
All right.
That's...
Oh, unfortunately, an 8 does not hit as you swipe down, but your offhand does hit. Go ahead and give me damage on it. And give me a strength
7.
check, please.
Alright, I'm pretty good at those. Unless the dice kill me, 11.
Bring the second hand axe down, and as soon as it impacts, it sticks into the lid of it, kind of snarls a bit. But then as you go to try to yank the hand axe back, you notice it too is now stuck onto the lid of this thing.
Oh fuck! Come on, that's mine!
Yasha, you're up. Oh, actually, Korthok, was there anything else?
Good action search thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll hit my action surge and hit it again with my main hand that's not stuck.
Okay. 15
15.
hits.
9.
And go ahead and give me another strength check to see if you can pull it back.
17.
Yeah, so as you bring the second one down again, or the main one down again, you immediately yank it back. You feel it, the kind of friction as you pull it back, like this adhesive goo kind of sticks to it and kind of keeps you from pulling it back originally, but you're able to finally just yank it completely away, but the other one's still stuck there in place.
Now, why is it sticky?
All right. Yeah,
Not
sure you're.
very fun.
From behind them, you hear Pink go, "Ha!"
This thing is disgusting. And then I throw a firebolt at it.
Okay, yeah. 24 definitely hits. Ooh, nice damage too.
Max damage.
All right. Anything else?
I'm gonna
Wait,
start
why did I go to the
moving
thing?
back up a little bit. Because I gotta get down over in healing range of a certain someone in next turn. I'm done.
Okay. Pink.
Oh, right. I guess need something a little more potent.
Oh. That's not good. 9 damage.
That was pitiful.
That
Sorry.
was very pitiful. I quickly launch out these 3 missiles that fly in the direction of it. It's, again, kind of bouncing around, and with Korthok kind of in the way with the hand axe stuck there, and Ursula's scythe is kind of stuck into it. You're trying not to hit anybody else, and as it's kind of weaving around in between them, it hits, but it does really minimal damage compared to what you were expecting it to do.
Sorry if you're in the
yeah.
way.
That's not how magic missile works.
Yes,
Ha.
that's fine.
And Ursula, you're up.
Strength to pull free.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Go to yank back on it, and as you pull back, you almost like you're starting to use this chest in front of you as leverage, and you're just yanking on it, and it's just not coming free. Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. It will turn its attention to Korthok, who's directly in front of it, and is a little bit closer with the hand axe stuck to it, and is going to also attempt to bite him. 7.
That's a big no.
Big nope. As it kind of lunges forward, Korthok's like, hey, kind of sidesteps a little bit, moving out of the way of it. Does no damage to him. Korthok, your offhand is stuck to the lid of this chest. You have your main hand still. What would you like to do?
Would it be an action to pull the offhand out?
It will.
Then I'm swinging with the main hand.
17 hits.
17. Well, another 9.
Tell
And
me
make
how-
my strength check if it gets stuck or.
Tell
Oh.
me how you killed this thing.
Well, Korthok would reel back with his one hand axe and feeling a little bit of give, pull up with the second one at the same time as he just kind of slams them both in and shoves it into the ground with the half-orc strength.
As the hand axe pierces into the lid of this thing, you watch as it just kind of crumples and falls to the ground. The kind of residual stickiness of it starts to slowly dissolve. Ursula allows you to kind of pull the scythe away, and Korthok, the other offhand, comes away as well. You're no longer in combat.
Ugh,
Well, that was
Okay.
horrifying.
I hate mimics.
I think I hate him now too, but
The question is, will it
I,
continue in the
immediate,
same room?
I immediately come up
7.
and start taking notes on its anatomy.
Yasha will heal Ursula for 7.
Thank you, Yasha.
Pink, several rows of teeth big, long purple tongue and hundreds of little eyes kind of opened and staring at you, though it is still dead.
Let's
Do
not
these-
touch the other one.
Do these things still work like chests? Would there be gold inside?
It appears to have post-mortem reaction. And I poke it with a stick.
You poke one of the eyes, and the eye remains open, and it has that strange, like, squishy, like, as you poke the stick into it, it squishes in, but it doesn't react to it.
That's disgusting. So, anybody want to try the last treasure chest, or do we feel that is not worth it?
I'll pick up the coin I tossed at that one and toss it at the last one.
Just like the others, the coin hits it, bounces off the lid, kind of rolls onto the floor, down the steps, kind of making its way over in this general direction.
I think that one's safe.
Well, they might be able to wait for something a little more potent to try to snap.
See, now they're terrified of.
Gonna step over and wrap it on the lid with his offhand axe. Kind of like knocking on it.
And as you do, tap, 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 it doesn't react.
Again, my axe isn't getting stuck to it.
I'll go pick up the coin and then I'll return to taking notes on the mimic anatomy.
He puts the hand axe back on his belt and tries to open it with one hand.
As you do, reach down, grab on the lid, and it's not budging. You can't lift it.
Anybody got a crowbar?
Do I look like the type of person who would walk around with a crowbar?
I don't
No,
make
the
those
answer-
assumptions, miss.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. Is the entire chest made of metal, silver, or is it like
Yeah.
wood with the overlay?
The entire chest is metal. The main part of the chest itself is made of copper, and then the kind of outer sections of it, the trim and the bands and such, are made of silver.
Is this like padlocked, or is the lock part of the chest?
The lock is built in to the chest.
Anyone can pick this, or probably shit out of luck.
I'll move around and I'll start looking in obvious places where I think a key might be hidden, like the pots or anything like that.
And kind of look around, go and give me an investigation check.
Crazy idea. I'm going to investigate the mimic and see if it might have swallowed a key.
Pink, as you're looking through, pottery looks mostly empty. Some ash and things at the bottom of it. Looks to be mostly residual. Probably kind of drifted in from the brazier in the corner. But no key or anything of that nature. Ursula, as you walk over and you kind of pry open the mouth of this mimic and start taking a look inside, just the insides of a beast. Crazy looking magical beast.
Well, it hasn't eaten anything recently. That's something.
That's assuring.
I start taking samples of like its saliva, and I try taking a tooth and some other things to
Oh,
study.
he's a hungry boy.
All right, gonna try and bash the chest to open it up.
Okay.
Kabonk.
Yeah. As you are, what are you using? Like the end of your scythe, or like your fist, or what? How you are kicking it?
I'd probably just bring down the scythe on it, probably the haft end, so that it has a smaller impact point, like straight onto the block, so that it can bust it open.
Okay. Yeah, and as you bring it down, you hit onto the lock, and as soon as it makes impact onto it, you hear a click and nothing else.
Huh. Well, use a strong girl. Maybe I can try and get that open now.
Here, I'm just gonna take some cautious steps backwards.
My hand's still on the chest. Can I attempt to open it again?
I come back and I kind of usher Pink back
Uh,
with me.
What? No,
Yeah.
what? Samples.
It's fine, don't worry, they're not coming anywhere.
Check.
And yeah, go ahead and do another strength check if you're just trying to pry it open or pull it open.
Go fig. Been loosened.
Yeah.
16.
All right, 1 sec.
Need to look up what this trap does.
I gotta look up something. 1 second. Yeah, so trying to figure out how this works. Hold on. So as you reach down and go to pry this open, as you do, you start to see this mist kind of roll from it. It's this kind of toxic green mist, and it begins filling the area surrounding you. That crack that you had heard, or that what sounded like a lock, was actually a little tiny hammer that had snapped a vial inside of it when it rotated and unlocked.
Oh, fuck.
And it snapped open, and I need you to give me a con save, please.
Just me? Okay.
Yeah, it's just in your area.
I backed up.
16.
All right. 16. Let's see if that's enough. I don't know. Trying to find the right things here. Here we go.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're able to save from it, thankfully, as the air kind of begins to fill with this poison.
I'm gonna
Immediately-
slam the lid back down.
Yeah, you immediately like start coughing, and just it's very overwhelming. But as you kind of slam it down, it kind of captures most of it. You see some, small wafting clouds kind of hovering around it. But yeah, it was definitely just a trapped chest.
Okay. Don't think we should open that one again. Oh, there's something nasty in there.
But did you open it?
A bit. Enough for some of the smoke to come out. Didn't feel pleasant, whatever it was, so if you want to open it, I'm not suggesting it. Not right now. Maybe if the smoke clears later. I don't know how this, stuff works.
So, I have reach with my scythe,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna gesture for Korthak to move, and then I'm gonna flip the lid open.
Okay. You flip the lid open, and this cloud puffs back out, kind of wafts over the area. Doesn't really move much from where it is. In fact, I'll go ahead and mark on the map the kind of area that it's filling. Need to move that. Hold on. It kind of
Maybe
floats around that area there.
Maybe maybe hold your breath and take a look in the chest if there's anything.
Well, if the lid's open now, what can we see out of it?
You can do so at disadvantage, and at a 13, as you're kind of peering in and trying to see beyond the mist, it's completely empty from where you're standing.
Looks empty to me.
From where you're standing?
From where I'm standing, yeah.
You're standing and down the stairs.
Yeah, he's He's afraid to go back in.
Right advantage point. Can I try again?
Yep, absolutely. 19 as you kind of peek in. You're able to see through the mist, see up over the lid, and look down into the chest. And again, you see nothing.
Nope. Even from
So,
up here, looks empty.
so it really was to not choose poorly then. Ha, amusing. All right, well, we've got our sashes. Let's go.
It's
Okay.
funny because we got the stuff the first time, and then we decided to
Continue.
go back for more.
Well, you can't blame Pink. She's curious.
I finished collecting my mimic samples.
Is this a
Before
door?
we leave, I grabbed the beer out of the
Yeah, so the 3 jugs of the ale inside of it. Yes, that's another doorway to your south. Again, very similar to the other. This one, however, is closed.
All right, wait for me.
I'll try I'm going to check the door first.
Okay. See what happens is you give him a trap.
It's safe, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it. I have no reason to doubt it.
Yeah, no, you kind of look it over, and it's a wooden door. Looks just like the other one that you just came through. Everything looks okay here.
And I crack it open.
And it reveals a pathway ahead. It did not repeat the music, and it should have repeated the music.
Those stairs.
One sec.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so up ahead, as you peer through the doorway, you notice that these are stairs that are leading upward, leading you as you kind of make your way around the corner and you peer out. As you get and look about in this area, well, you can't see that because I'm on the wrong layer. When you start looking at about this area, you notice that the sky is exposed above. You kind of look out, Korthok, where you're at, as you're kind of peeking out.
Yeah.
On the other side of this wall over here, as you kind of look just a little bit to the distance, you see a blue and white wall made of stone off in the distance.
Huh. Blue and white. What would I use to recall if I've seen anything like that before?
You guys, as you were passing through, you kind of wandered by the front of this building, or this or not really a castle, but the mansion. And the walls of this building, the walls were blue with like a white brick that kind of lined the top edge of it. You're pretty sure that's one of the walls to this mansion.
Well, looks like it's a mansion out there. Does that mean not in the mansion? I'm confused.
Oh, we were trying to enter the back way.
We need to kill the magistrate or whatever the town official is. He's dabbling in necromancy.
Well, that's fair, I suppose.
Or he's being corrupted and controlled, in which case we should probably free him and not kill him.
Or, because he's corrupted, also kill him.
All right, so what are you doing? You just heading up the stairs? Is there a marching order? What are you doing?
Bothok would like to have a look around.
Okay.
He heads up the stairs.
All right.
Heading upstairs.
Oh, that's a big 7.
All right. Let's just organize the party. 1 second.
My, maybe I can. I'm pretty good at looking at things.
Okay. All right, so kind of start peeking around, looking around up above. Again, your eyes meet sky once again. Now you find yourself within the outer walls of the mansion. The pathway directly ahead of you is kind of worn. Looks like it's been used in recent days. You kind of peer around. You're not seeing a lot. You do notice that there are a couple of zombies that are kind of wandering through, not really paying much attention to anything. Courtyard isn't very big. Some trees and brush that you could probably hide behind if you were attempting to kind of stealth your way into the mansion itself. Each one of these zombies appear to have like streamers and confetti kind of splashed all over their body as they're kind of wandering around. The one down to the south, its arms tied behind its back. The one to the north wearing, or northeast up here, wearing giant like party glasses, like the sunglasses kind of thing. And it's kind of stumbling around, and off in the distance you hear the groan of another one, but it's just out of view.
Party guys. Think we should take them out?
Yes.
Yes, they're zombies.
Well, all right then.
My vision, I think, is.
Probably broken again.
It looks like a square,
Let me-
and it's
yeah,
very, and it's kind of
it's
small.
broken again.
Move south a little bit because mine
Here.
cleared up once I started moving.
Oh, there.
That's
Okay.
yours. And Yasha.
I don't know when we're gonna alert this thing. I just kind of want
This.
to run up and smack it.
And Ursula had night vision 2. 60, 0. There's night vision.
Oh yeah, what time is it?
It's late at night, like
Okay.
1 or 2 bells in the morning. It's almost the moon dark hour.
It's so weird. I'm still seeing. I'm still seeing in a square.
Yeah.
Again, move down some. It opened up when I started moving.
Still.
Is that better?
Still a square.
Just
Then
around
find out
your area.
Well, now it extends out to 60 feet.
Mhm. Yep, that's because that's what your vision is.
Yeah, it's just a square instead of a.
Oh, here, I know why. Because it broke. I got you. Like this.
Oh,
That's what it's supposed to be.
I was
So
seeing a
let's
lot
reset
more than I
this.
was supposed to.
Yeah, me too.
Here we
Well,
go.
that fixed it.
Yep, that fixed it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that did it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not so good at the sneaking, so if you want me to go in, I'm going loud.
Can I technically reach this guy? Is the tree in the way? I've got reach.
The tree would be blocking your movement to be able to hit it.
All right.
I
I'm not even gonna wait. I'm gonna do my job as a hunter and get closer and kill it.
I try to hide by pulling the sash up above my face.
All right.
And I
Well
follow
played.
those.
Yep, I'm gonna hit it from a distance.
And
Get
you
its
did
attention.
a wonderful job of hiding behind the sash. Go ahead and give me that attack roll. Yeah, it hits. All right.
And one cold.
One. Cool. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Just want to chop it towards the tree.
All right, yeah, and you make solid contact. As you do, it kind of stumbles and turns and looks in your direction and doesn't move for you.
I think we're safe as long as we're wearing the sashes.
working.
Huh. It's smart. Can we still kill it?
She kind of gestures to the scythe that's halfway in it.
I throw fire at it.
Oh.
Okay. But unfortunately, as Korthok's running by, you have to readjust your aim, and as he's going by, you just aim, and it goes just over his head.
Sorry.
Having to readjust to
fuck.
keep from hitting him.
No, that's my bad. That's my bad. Sorry.
You're top. Yeah, I walk up and I put out the little like candle of hair that's on top of his head.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, let me get this.
Yep, both hit. All right, and as both of these hand axes come down on top of it, it crumples to the ground, unmoving. The confetti falls from its skin onto the ground.
If that wasn't so horrifying, I'd be a little giddy. Like, the most macabre pinata ever.
Razoflav.
I'm just, yeah, okay. Look, there's another one. Go do your things with the stabbing and the hitting.
With gusto. Trying to hit it from a distance again.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Oh my god, stop being so close to critting.
Just flank. God.
I'll go for this one too if it's
Oh.
not gonna.
Sorry again. And I run up and I put out the candle of hair on top of Ursula's head.
Once again, yeah.
Just give Morph the crit, that's fine.
Yeah, once again, as Korthok runs by, you watch as Pink is attempting to firebolt once again, and Korthok actually has to stop for a moment before he can rush forward to keep from getting hit in the face by this thing.
And that's a big 22.
Yeah, guys just annihilate this thing. It crumples to the ground as everybody starts laying into it, and it is unmoving.
Savage attacks is fun.
Okay.
Right.
This one.
Sure, I
this
just
one,
enjoy killing them.
This one. This one got. I can do it. I can.
You want that one?
Alright, Gorthok, you're next.
Yeah, it hits.
Get behind him.
You want me to get behind him? Okay.
If you get another crit, Red, you need to go hit a scratch ticket tonight.
Right?
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
Boop. Boop.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
19 and a
Sure,
nat
now
one.
it doesn't wanna. Hey, go ahead and roll him a D100.
He gets advantage because flanking.
That's right, never mind.
Mhm.
Okay, so a 12.
All of those attacks hit, and once again, you beat up on these poor zombies who weren't going to hurt you. And it crumples to the ground. To the north, you do see a large double door that would lead into the mansion itself from where you stand.
I believe the door is over here.
I believe you're right. Do we knock or do we make our own entrance?
I kick in the door.
All right. You kick in the door, and we will stop and take a 5-minute break before we continue.
My kind of woman.
All right. 5 minutes. I'm going to step away, get something to drink. When we come back, we'll wrap up the rest of this session. Thank you for being here. Very much appreciate it, and stay tuned.
Okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yay.
Cool.
Hey, Forge.
Yeah.
Are we able to see each other's character sheets?
No.
It's a secret.
One
One of you will betray the party.
What's up?
Not just the portrait parts.
Are you just wanting to see portraits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Which one are you trying to see?
I wanted
I
to
wanna see what
see
everyone looks
everybody's.
like.
I also wanted to see what everybody looked like. That's about what I expected for Korthak.
Yeah.
And I really like that Ursula.
Why, thank you.
I
I also
want-
liked it.
You should link that to me. And yeah, that's about what I thought for Pink too. You should link me that one later, Ren.
I'll do it right now.
Does not do Korthak justice, considering I'm in chainmail, but I'm not stealthing around this place at all.
All right, so I think I'm gonna end
So let me see if I can
the
find
break
back.
early.
higher res one.
Jump back here. Hi, guys.
Sorry, what'd you say, Shay?
I hope you are
Korthak
enjoying.
looked better without it.
Still a
Probably.
work in progress, but I hope you are somewhat enjoying this
Oh, no, didn't
one
really
shot.
see it.
They're getting ready to go into
Oh, no, it makes it much bigger.
the
There you go.
mansion, so it should be pretty fun and interesting.
Nice.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Mark would be proud.
All right.
Gone full weep.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Kicking in the door, you step forward into the mansion. Plush red carpeting runs from the doorway and up the hall. The smell of burning embers from the 6 lanterns at your side light the path ahead. And in the middle of the room, the carpet disconnects. In another area, the same kind of carpeting lies ahead, with 2 columns at the top of which more lanterns light the very high ceiling in this chamber. You do see 3 sets of stairs leading up to the top, up towards the back of the area where you assume to be the throne room. At the top of the stairs, Old Man Gillian kind of watches as all of these zombies stand together, their hands interlocked as if they're kind of dancing with one another. The dance, half stumble, which kind of pulls one towards the other. Start to notice that they stay together only because their hands are tied together. Gillian kind of cackles as he rushes quickly up the stairway and disappears into the darkness.
Well, I'm convinced that he's not innocent in all of this. What do you think, Yasha? She looks sarcastically towards her and then starts moving.
Well, that's
Convinced he's fucking insane.
yeah, that's pretty hard to dispute. At the moment.
So, do they, as we're getting closer, does it look like they're paying attention to us?
They're stumbling over each other as you walk by. Like, the closer you get, they turn and look. They notice your sashes and things like that, so they don't really, they don't instantly become aggressive. But you definitely have their attention, and they turn and kind of look in your direction and kind of fall over each other a little bit.
We'll burn the mansion later.
That seems.
Like a waste of a mansion, honestly.
Cleanse the corruption.
You know what? It's whatever.
Can't blame her for the passion, but
Are we just are they what if they come behind?
It doesn't look like they're following us. Just don't
Yeah,
lose
we
your sash.
Yeah, asses.
Yeah, they're just kind of, again, it's this weird stumbling kind of dance as they're kind of falling over each other.
Don't fall behind.
Stick close. We'll protect you.
There are 2 doors on either side.
But we saw him run up the stairs, yes?
Mm-hmm.
No time for that. Gonna continue.
Okay. I rush up the stairs. And I need to place some tokens.
Tokens.
Yeah, token.
All right, let me give you the description. The throne room in this chamber that you currently stand in is massive, with 6 large pillars holding up a 40-foot tall arched ceiling. 3 sets of stairs, one to the left and to the right, and one straight ahead leading to the center of the room, make their way eventually to the top level and towards the thrones itself. The floor which you stand is made of stone, but as you start to make your way towards the stairs or look up at the stairs, you do notice a path of marble tile that leads from the back of the room ahead towards the thrones itself. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Stop running, you worm.
I think he wants to dance.
I have just the dance for him.
And I think we've got to go through these ones.
As you start to make your way to the stairs here, You notice several black and white banners, kind of similar to, or black and silver banners, similar to the ones you saw in the tunnelway, kind of lining the walls. In the back, two very large thrones sit side by side with a water basin sitting behind them, or beside them. As you kind of look around, Korthok, as you start making your way up the stairs, give me a perception check.
Sure thing. Perception.
Yeah, that's good
14.
enough. As you're making your way up the stairs, you start to hear the sound of what sounds like stone against stone, kind of grinding against it. Kind of look forward. Nothing directly ahead seems to make that sound. Or at least nothing that you can see immediately. You do notice that just like in the previous room, these zombies are standing kind of face to face, their wrists tied together, doing the same kind of stumble dance that they were doing before. At the back, standing next to the thrones, is Old Man Gillion, kind of joyfully dancing with this gnomish looking female half-elf. Most of her kind of strapped dress, or like thinly strapped dress, is kind of tattered and worn, and a cloth veil kind of covering her face. He kind of chuckles and laughs and says, you see, my darling? I told you they would come. It was just a matter of time before everybody decided to join us. After all, I am the magistrate.
You see, zomifying people, that's not exactly how you get people to come to your parties.
She glances back at Yasha again.
Oh, no, at this point, I'm, yes, completely 100% behind. This is very strange.
Who would like, which of you two would like to be bigger?
You can make people bigger?
Or smaller?
I would love to be bigger.
You know, now that he's done the accent enough, he really is going for like a grog.
Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't know Grog, though.
I don't.
Wow.
I could also use being bigger.
Yeah, I think I can only do it to one person.
That's up to you.
He does get more attacks than I do.
Okay. I'll do. And I will. This only lasts a minute, so when you're ready, just say so.
Well, let's start cutting our way through them then, right? I feel like they're just gonna get in our way.
I'd like to make a perception check on where I hear that grinding sound coming from.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Nope.
Everywhere. It echoes kind of in your head. It's hard for you
if she's doing if she's gonna cast a spell, can I take an action before we get rolling too?
Sure can.
Well, if you're gonna make him get bigger, I guess I don't need to hold back this fight. And her eyes will go a bit yellow, the irises will slit, and she'll start to bulk up and hulk out a bit and grow a significant amount of hair as she does her lichen transformation.
Nice. Do you become a large-sized beast?
No.
Okay,
She just roids out a little bit. She goes Bane.
Yeah. Korthok, you expand.
Holy fuck, I think I love you.
Giant Ursula kind of transforming into this kind of werewolf beast, letting out a bit of a howl that begins to cause things to stir as the zombies stop and turn and look in your direction a bit.
I think even though we have the sashes, they'll still react to violence. No, that doesn't make any sense. We just killed a bunch outside. No, never mind. I'm not going to pretend I understand anything that's going on.
Yup, me neither. And I bring down my axe on the first one.
Yep, it hits.
And I add a D4 to that. I'm enlarged. 11.
Okay.
If he's not dead, I'll swing again. If he is, I'll swing on something else.
Yep, he's not dead. His head's kind of turned back, looking in your direction. Their hands tied together like they're dancing. And as he takes the hit, kind of falls forward. Fortunately, the second hit does not land. Actually, no, yes, it does. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong number. It does hit.
Okay. 5 and where is it? Another 3 for 8.
All right, and as you land the second hit, again, it kind of stumbles forward. It looks really badly beat up, and as it kind of falls forward into the one that is kind of helping to hold it up, you hear Gillian shout, "No, no, what are you doing? These are my guests, gods!" And he immediately rushes and runs back to this water basin, at which point you feel 2 tremors, the ground shaking underneath of you. And I'm going to have all of you go ahead and roll initiative, please.
I'm not sure what's going on now, but...
It keeps getting better.
I got a 3. I accidentally clicked it twice.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Yeah. All right, let's do our rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. All right, so yeah, landing some quick hits on the first zombie, causing Gillian to react. His lady friend that's with him kind of stumbles forward, not really kind of look, she looked kind of odd, like she's obviously a zombie, but you know, she has this veil over her face and just not good. She just kind of stumbling, walking forward, making her way towards you. I don't think, 20 feet. Okay, cool.
Does she seem different than the other ones?
She's a halfling, kind of similar to, or a gnome similar to Gillian. But as far as like, she's still a zombie. She's just dressed up and supposed to look a little fancy compared to everybody else.
Okay.
Okay.
Like it's just like if I do like an inspection, it's definitely a zombie.
Yeah, it's definitely a zombie.
Okay.
And I'll mark her because she's a little bit different. I'll just put I'll do that. So you can indicate which one is her in case she gets lost. However, let's see. 1 second, please. Okay. You start to hear footsteps and rumbling, giant rumbling coming from the southeast as a very large, hulking beast peers around the corner.
Yes.
Very much undead and grabbing on to this massive morning star in its hand. But that will end its turn.
Dear.
Ursula.
What's going on back there?
Yeah, Dan's partner for you. You should probably come and take this one.
No. He's mine! She does her best Reinhardt.
I mean, if she
And
wants him,
She does. She leaps at it.
who mind get in the way of a lady in a dance?
All right, so first things first.
Also, Jason Statham. That's also what it's reminding me of.
So I'm going to put up my Blood
That's bad
Maledict.
things.
So
Okay.
I'm invoking my Blood Maledict, and I'm putting the Blood Curse on it. I have Blood Curse of the Eyeless, so it'll come up later, but I can use my reaction to impose a disadvantage on attacks when the enemy is within 60 feet of me, but it's whoever I mark, so I'm marking him.
Okay.
So basically I'm just going to be trying to dodge tank this because he looks scary. She's not afraid, I am.
She's not afraid.
And so Scythe. Oh, the malediction doesn't have a action tied to it because it's just kind of like you throw it up and then you do the reaction. So I'm going to attack and then bonus action use my racial for Searing Smite as well.
Okay.
Which I think technically I declare if I hit. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'm throwing the Searing Smite up there. Because I can hold on to it, and basically I have to hit before it goes off.
Okay.
But anyways, I'm rambling.
Excited.
There's the frost damage, and Searing Smite is another 6 fire.
All right, and this massive hit from the scythe comes in. It swipes across it. You already see it's kind of parts of its body is already exposed, showing the muscle underneath. And you rip through the very kind of thin skin on this ogre-looking undead. And as it swipes through, doing a good chunk of damage, kind of looks down at the wound, snarls a bit, and then looks back up at you.
Think you don't get near this thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
This one is going to attempt to walk and is going to kind of stumble its way here. Its head kind of turned backwards looking at Korthok. And I need to do strength save. Or strength roll versus save. Unfortunately, as it turns around, its hands tied to the other one, kind of pulls and tries to drag the other one with it, but it is not letting it go as it kind of stays in place and cannot advance.
Guys, I think they're trying to cha-cha menacingly towards me.
Pink, you're up.
I have something maybe this for, and I will move there.
Kind of freaking hilarious.
I'll just like kind of shimmy by and take out my little spell book and flip a couple pages and say, oh yes, this. Bloop. And I hold my hand out and do that.
15
For-
feet.
Pitiful damage.
So, one sec. I'll mark it for you. Actually, I think I have something I can use on this. Hold on. Master? Yeah. It's fireball, right?
It is fire.
It's burning hands.
Oh no, it doesn't work the way I want it. Damn. Okay, that's fine. But it will hit.
You change it to a drawing.
Oh right. Yeah. It's okay. I'll just do this because it's gonna hit everything in these squares. So 4 of them. 4 of them.
Oh.
I gotta save.
Oh gosh darn, thought I could, oops.
Right? Is that right? 15-foot cone. Yeah,
Let me
that
check.
would be right. Oh, should
I'm not
it
sure.
extend
That's up
one
to you.
more?
I don't know. It's your call. If it only hits 4, it only hits 4.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of these though. Okay, cool. So yeah, all 5 of them then. And what is this? A dex save?
Yes.
Okay. One
Against
one.
13.
Okay. 3, 4, 5. That is left to right, top to bottom. So first one saves, half damage.
Yes.
Okay. Second one fails, takes full damage. Third one saves. Fourth one fails. And this one burns up to a crisp, freeing his buddy as the ropes kind of sear off of it, allowing it free movement now.
Fuck.
Oh, that's good. And then I move. How many movement? I spent 15, I think.
Yeah.
Then once it's gone, I go over here, hide behind the wall,
Okay.
shimmy by the giant Korthak again.
All right. And with that, this one's going to stumble over his friend, reach forward, and attempt to hit Kortak. An 11.
11 does not hit.
All right. So as it
I don't
swipes
think this
forward,
reduces my HP any, so.
yeah, it kind of stumbles over its buddy as it kind of swipes forward, unable to actually land. All of you once again feel that same rumble on the ground and that same kind of tremble as yet again another one of these giant orcs show up from the other side, or ogres show up from the other side, and starts making his way forward.
Ah, fuck.
But that will be his turn. This zombie's gonna step forward and gonna try to lunge. He's gonna try. He can't do anything. He's gonna stand there because he pulls his buddy with him to come a little closer, but because they are tied together, he's unable to actually swipe. Korthak, you're up.
You want I should do something about the big guy?
Yes.
I can't hear you. I have the bloodlust.
They look a little big for me.
Well, then I think you're gonna need a bigger dance partner. And I'm gonna risk the provoke and step over here.
All right. The only one that can is this one here, who is free, and he will take a swipe at you as you try to leave. Does a 10 hit?
Does not. Nope.
All right.
Alright, big guy. Well, similar sized guy. Let's see what you're made of.
I think similar to you, only rotten.
22.
Yep.
And offhand swing. 14.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, and let me add my d4s to those. From being absolutely massive.
I'm Jason Statham.
Oh, that's
18. 18 damage total.
Go see my new movie, I Fight a Shark.
Okay. All right. Landing both of these shots with the hand axe. The hand axe are a little small in your hands compared to what they were, but you're able to land the shots and they strike hard. Both of them kind of rocking this undead ogre as it kind of stumbles a little bit, but it does stay on its feet. This one's gonna walk forward, and seeing Yasha straight ahead is just gonna run forward and swipe.
I think that one's dead.
Yeah, that's
I think that
the
was
one
a
that
dead
hit
one.
me. The one that's in the turn order right now is the burnt one.
Oh, you're right. Okay, cool. I'll remove that then. Never mind, Yasha. It didn't come up and attack you. You're safe.
Ah!
Ah,
I just had a vision.
I saw something running at me.
It was
It was
spoopy.
horrible. It was horrible. Okay, so Yasha is going to take out a tuning fork, and she's gonna lift one of her feet up, and she's gonna kind of like do that thing where she kind of hits her foot with the tuning fork to make it start vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
And then she holds it over to the zombies, and then she uses her other hand to kind of stop the tuning fork, and then she casts Shatter centered on that square to hit all of those zombies.
Ooh. Con save. What I got? 4? Okay. Same thing. Left to right, top to bottom.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh,
Double
that
that.
guy wanted it. He wanted to live.
Hmm. 11. Next one.
Half damage on success.
Yeah. 2. Hopefully succeeded. So. Okay. All of them still stand. The gnomish looking one in the back, looking a little worse for wear here.
Well, that was a neat trick.
I'm going to quicken spell, and I'm going to throw a firebolt at the gnomish one in the back, because that one scares me.
Okay. Yeah, it hits. Alright, and you cast this firebolt, kind of goes up and over, kind of arcing just over the head of the one here, who's kind of stumbling forward a little bit. Blasts the gnomish woman right in the face. It catches the bottom of her veil on fire, and it starts going up in a flame, catching her hair on fire as she collapses to the ground, unmoving. As she does, you hear Gillian kind of shout and say, "No! My wife, no!" And he immediately stops what he's doing and turns and starts running over in her direction.
Huh. Nice shot.
She was a zombie! And then I run.
And she's gone. Alright. Ogre time. It's going to
It's all ogre now.
bring... Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Hooray!
That's a pretty number.
Yeah, let's see what happens. So excited to finally have somebody in front of it that it can attack. It brings the Morning Star down, and as it does, it swipes, and Ursula quickly kind of sidesteps. It causes it to completely miss, and it does like this little spin and kind of falls to its knee and is now prone and has lost all of the rest of its actions here. So it will now be prone, even though it would still kind of be as tall as you, Ursula. You will still get advantage on your attacks against it.
Yay.
Yeah. It is your turn.
Which comes to me. All right. So I will keep killing it.
Keep killing it.
24.
Yep.
Make it bleed.
Yeah. Nice shot as it lands perfectly, and yeah, that perfect additional. What is that? Ice damage?
Yeah, another frost.
Yeah.
Or ice. Cold. Whatever.
Cold. Yep. Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty.
No, I just realized that's dumb because that would provoke moving away from him. Um, You know what? I don't care. YOLO. I'm gonna scoot down so break that flank.
Wait, what?
Zombie flank.
The zombie's not. Oh, the zombie got moved back.
Yeah,
For
it's
some
not
reason,
there.
That's not loading.
That was on the.
Oh,
Yeah, it's up here.
oh, weird. Let me reload then, because yeah, it was showing right next to me.
Yep. No, it wasn't there. It's just up in the top there.
Then disregard. I don't need to move.
Okay. Yeah. With that, Ursula kind of taking the scythe and kind of putting all of her momentum behind it and trying to just hack this thing down as it's down on one knee. Landing a good shot, pierces through the left shoulder of it. It kind of groans and looks forward, again, snarling, gripping onto the Morning Star as tight as it can. But Ursula did a considerable little chunk of damage to it. This one's gonna continue to stumble forward and is going to see Korthok and just gonna swipe.
Isn't he attached to the other one?
Oh, yep, you are right. Sorry. He's actually instead going to strength against strength. Hey, he wins. He's gonna drag it with him. And it kind of stumbles down the stairs with it. It gets in range. Again, unable to do anything because it's tied up. The one here beside Pink kind of looks over and snarls at her, but can't actually attack.
Hi.
It is your turn.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oof. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do now. I'm running out of tricks. I will shift.
And you could disengage through Orky.
Yeah, I will disengage and move here, I guess.
You can move a lot further.
Yeah,
to
you
get
can
away
move your
from
full
him.
move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come hang out with me.
Yeah, go to the safe zone where they have to actually move through us.
Okay.
Okay. Bonus action, anything?
I got no bonus actions.
Okay. So disengaging, trying to get the hell out of there because two zombies right next to her is not really her idea of fun. Pink quickly runs and joins Yasha at the other end of the room. However, seeing all of this movement, this zombie is going to stumble forward, get to right here, and...
Be a giant nuisance.
Yep, it's going to turn to Korok, or Korthok, and swipe 6. Korthok, no.
6 doesn't, but
It's technically flanking.
right.
Oh, true. You're right.
17 does.
Okay. Yeah. So 17, dealing 4 bludgeoning damage as it reaches forward
Okay.
and kind of pummels you with its fist. As it does, though, this ogre grins, seeing his friend step into place, and brings the Morning Star down with a 19 to hit, dealing 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right. You made your point.
This one's
Several,
going-
if it's a Morning Star.
Yeah, several. This one's going to come over here. The two of them kind of grinning. These two are, as you kind of look at them, they look like a couple. Like they're in really fancy clothes, and like the guy's wearing a top hat, and the the girl or the female one has on nice heels and everything like that, but they can't attack because they're still tied together.
Ah, fuck. Well, that's attacks for me then. Alright. Gonna look at the big one, kinda even a bit. And
Keep going for the big one.
I'm going to, but first I'm gonna second wind.
Yeah.
Use my bonus action and heal that 1d10 plus 3. Oh, where'd my dice roller go? There it is.
I was gonna say before you roll, but you already did. Technically, the way action surge is described, it says you can do an action and a bonus if it fits.
You already used action surge, though.
Yeah, I've
okay.
used action surge. We haven't short rested. So.
He's using second wind.
I know, but I was saying action surge would let him get another bonus in the economy by the way it's described. But
yeah.
so don't disregard, he's already used it.
I used it against the mimic, yeah. So, and for my action, I'm bringing down the main hand axe
All
on the
right.
big guy.
Yeah, it hits.
Well, for
Okay.
7 damage. Not great.
Not great. Could be worse.
He was.
It lands, kind of digs into the chest cavity of this ogre, kind of stop for a second and, well, no, wait a second, and you kind of yank it back and pull it out of its chest, but it is still standing.
Mind taking care of this one behind me?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated. And that's gonna end my turn.
Okay, Yasha, it's yours.
Seeing as I was asked to deal with this, I will throw a firebolt at this zombie here.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
God.
no.
Don't worry, I'll get it eventually.
You singe its hair as the firebolt flies by and kind of burns its scalp a little bit. It growls and snarls, but is still standing.
Hank, don't pat that one out.
Anything else?
No, that was
Okay.
it.
This one's going to once again... Actually, it's going to use part of its movement to stand up and no longer be prone, and is going to bring the Morning Star down with a 16.
I was going to impose disadvantage, but that is its lower roll. Okay. Oh wait, nope. 16 is exactly where my AC is currently. Hits.
All right. Dealing once again 13 bludgeoning damage.
But I have resistance.
Yes.
So I'll take 6.
Yeah.
6 rounded down.
Yep. So brings the Morning Star down, which it surprises me that it's always bludgeoning and it's not piercing, because but that's fine. It
They
smacks.
got rid of the dual type, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah. Brings it down and lands perfectly, but you're able to kind of resist against it. I think your health bar. Yeah. Okay. I was like, well, you're not dead.
messed up. I'm fixing it.
But yeah, you're able to use the scythe and kind of shield some of the damage from it, but you still take a good portion of the damage. But it is your turn.
Considering, even if I had imposed disadvantage, the thing still wouldn't have mattered because he's got the flank too. So I'm going to kill this zombie. Oh, I took damage, so there's actually something I need to do first. Wonderful downside of this. At the start of each of your turns, make a wisdom saving throw to maintain control. If you've taken any damage since your last turn, The DC is 10 or half the total damage taken. On a fail, you must use the attack action for the nearest creature. Well, that's easy enough. Alright, so wisdom save. My sheet closed. Hold on. Okay, still good. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna turn the attention onto the zombie.
Alrighty. Oh.
I'm technically flanking.
You're flanking. Yep. Yeah, you're fine.
We got this guy in a sandwich.
Oh, he does say
Yes.
Oh, I'm also fighting style, so I get to re-roll that.
Okay. You don't need to, because the frost actually
okay.
was enough to kill it. Just barely.
Gotcha. But that's also a 2, so I'm gonna re-roll again. Oh my god!
Same thing.
It's already
There we
dead. He's already dead.
It's already dead. Yeah.
Unacceptable.
So yeah, you kind of lean back and get some momentum behind you, and you swing the scythe around, landing perfectly into the zombie behind you, watching it as it drops to the ground. It is no longer amongst the living or undead. I guess.
Unliving.
The unliving. I'm gonna remove that one. Anything else?
No.
Thank you.
Uh,
I mean, it helped me too.
Yep.
1, 2. Yay. He's gonna wander forward. And he's taking his buddy with him.
Fuck.
I'm gonna move that over here.
Feel like we've just lost a whole bunch of progress.
And drags him
You-
forward.
You especially.
But they can't do anything else. Obviously, because they're still tied up together. Pink?
Oh, this makes it a little bit harder.
Do
Okay.
you have another burning hands?
Do, but I don't want to hit you.
I'm a tiefling. Do it.
Okay. If I use burning hands, can I?
You would still
Get-
hit my ogre too.
I
no,
would hit
no, you wouldn't.
No,
this
you
guy
wouldn't.
over here.
Nope.
Dang it.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah,
it would
yeah,
hit.
I-
It would hit Korthok though, based on where you're aiming. I mean, you could maybe kind of rotate it so that it would go like here, here. And that'd really be all I could hit, because line of sight would block the other.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I use my movement, and I start kind of like shimmying past here,
Mm-hmm.
can I use burning hands while I'm passing at this point?
Sure, you can do that.
I think
You'd
you.
have to.
I think you technically can't end in an occupied.
Correct.
So
Yeah, you can move forward. So you could go here. You could cast Burning Hands, and then
I have to keep moving.
You'd have to keep moving to out of an area that is not occupied by somebody else.
Okay, I'll do.
just really hope they're dead, so they don't provoke.
Yeah, and then I'll do burning hands in this direction.
Yep.
That's a deck save, right?
Yeah. God damn.
Dex save.
What was the DC?
13.
Oh, thank goodness.
Only written passes.
Only Rin passes. How much damage?
Only
8.
8.
So I'll take 2.
That is 2 1s.
Oh, that is so fortunate, because as you set this one on fire, the one that you would have provoked opportunity attack from is the only one that dies from this.
Sorry,
all the
Ursula.
others-
Sorry. I very am sorry.
It's fine.
But the other zombie, now freed, And his buddy is gone, so that can go away. There we go. Yeah. One taking damage, still on fire a bit. The ropes that are around its wrists are kind of singed. The ogre is taking a bunch of damage from it, but it is still standing. And unfortunately for Korthok, this one is going to get to attack.
Yep.
19.
19 hits.
And once again, another 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I did average damage on everything, so...
That's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Still standing.
It's okay.
Might not be for a second.
The one behind you is free, though, and is going to turn his attention to you as well with a 19
Oh
to hit
no.
That hits.
for 4 bludgeoning
That's my
damage.
hit point. That's me unconscious.
And he shrinks back down.
He shrinks.
Does he? Is he giant and unconscious? Does he stay giant?
What does your spell say?
Yeah, what does your spell say? It's concentration from you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Doesn't specifically
Yeah,
say.
It doesn't
say.
say.
So you would
Hmm.
stay. He would stay that same size until you break concentration.
Probably got like 30 seconds left on that.
That works for me. So
Okay.
So he's down.
I'm gonna take a nap now.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your death save.
Oh yeah.
just get a 20, you'll be fine.
Oh
That's
no!
fine.
Sir,
Wait,
you're a
hold on.
half-orc.
I am a half orc.
Guess what? You get 1 HP.
Relentless endurance.
You are still prone, so you'll have to use half your movement to stand, but I don't think you're going to be going anywhere.
Right.
Kill the zombie in the flanks.
Yeah, I fight my way back to my feet. Turn on the zombie behind me. That wasn't very nice.
Yep,
I'm
that
gonna
hits.
have to teach you proper manners,
21.
I is.
And yeah, you split this guy in half with your hand axe.
Oh, he also
One.
takes an extra D4 because I'm enlarged.
He's already
He's
dead.
already dead.
And then I turn back to the ogre. I didn't forget about you, Eva. 14,
Yep, 14 hits.
10, and
Yep.
14 damage.
Yep.
Now come on. I can do this all day.
Yasha, you're up.
Alright, Yasha's gonna step over there. And then she's gonna twin spell Cure Wounds. And she's gonna kind of like do that cool thing where she like throws her hands at either side and cures both of them at the same time. It's pretty rad.
Which is both the butts.
Oh, holy shit, it's Holy Nova.
Seven.
So Orc gets 7 and Ursula gets 11.
Appreciated.
And then she keeps moving because she doesn't want to be anywhere near those zombies.
Good. No, not even that, because if I failed that will save next round, I may have hit you.
Yeah, I'll show that.
Yeah, he's going to just keep. Oh, unfortunate again. That's twice.
Ooh.
That is twice.
That one does not like his life.
He does not. Let's
Or
see
his
what this
unlife.
is. He unfortunately, feeling his life slowly starting to diminish, or unlife, slowly starting to diminish. He's not feeling very confident in his abilities, missing so many of them against this little puny target. It will have disadvantage on his next attack against you.
Yeah.
With that being
Boy.
said, it is
Boy,
your turn.
I'm glad I cast that malediction to protect me, but I have not needed to use it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. I gotta do my wisdom save. Hold on.
Yep.
Okay, still good.
Mhm,
Gotta keep
still good.
attacking.
Yeah, 20 hits.
And another 2. So 11.
Doing good chunk of damage as you reach back with the scythe, bring it down, kind of chopping into its leg a bit, trying to take its legs out from under it. It stumbles, kind of braces itself against the wall to the north here, but is still standing.
That's me.
All right. Pink, you're up.
Oh, yes. Right. I'm going to flip through my spellbook again, and then I'll just do this. This guy.
All right. Yeah. 17 hits, dealing 6 fire damage.
And then I back up a bit.
All righty. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Thanks for the help.
Thanks for the help. As the Morning Star comes down again. 18.
Yep.
13 bludgeoning damage.
Does that come back? No, that does not. I need to finish a long rest for that to come back. Now I'm unconscious.
All right. Once again, he watches. Korthok drops to the ground, unmoving from another huge blow from this ogre undead.
Yasha, you got another one of those tricks?
Yes.
Korthok, go ahead and give me a death save first, please. Yeah. So there's 1+. Yasha.
Okay, Yasha's gonna step in, and she's gonna cast Cure Wounds once more.
Okay. For 9 healing. Once again, springs back to life.
Yeah. Well, not a fan of everything going black like this a lot, but thanks.
Yep, and then I'm gonna step back.
All right. This ogre doing the same, bringing his Morning Star down, dealing 13 damage to Ursula. That she halves.
I'm
Oh no!
I'm
that
going
thing
to.
has-
I'm gonna.
he has-
I'm
he
gonna
has
trigger my
hold on,
disadvantage.
hold on. He has disadvantage.
Oh, he does have the disadvantage from his.
Oh,
he-
you are
he
right. Yes, you
From
are
the
right,
one.
because the last round. Yes, so he goes to swipe, thinking it's going to strike true, and instead Ursula kind of sidesteps as the Morning Star clinks down into the tile below, and he has to put a bunch of strength behind it and yank it back up, now visibly frustrated. Ursula. Unfortunate, once again, you cannot use what you were wanting to use.
No, it's fine. I didn't take any damage this round, so I don't have to save.
Ooh, that's true.
So, and she'll say, "Don't worry, big guy. Sometimes we all can't perform." Say as I roll a 9.
As you roll it, you swing the scythe around, and maybe just because it was kind of off kilter trying to yank this Morning Star back up, as you bring it around, it's able to just kind of dodge backwards out of pure luck to keep from being able to be hit from it. Pink.
And in zombie, don't worry. Sometimes not everybody can perform.
I understand performance anxiety.
Okay, so I look back and forth and trying to figure out which one to hit. I'll hit. I'll go for this one. No, I'll go for this one.
Okay.
Actually, I go for the first one I said.
Yeah, 15 hits, doing 4 fire damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, yeah. So you cast this firebolt, kind of shoots right beside Ursula's head, ducking between her and the wall here. Hits perfectly into the shoulder of this ogre. Doesn't seem too worried about it. Just kind of takes the shot and kind of shrugs it off.
Every little bit helps.
Guess what time it is?
Unconscious
God.
time? Unconscious time.
If he was gonna get hit and went unconscious
brings
again.
brings the Morning Star down. Korthok, this time prepared, sees it coming down, takes both of the hand axes and uses it to kind of brace and kind of knocks the Morning Star away and grins because finally he can attack.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Like, I'm not gonna
it's
question
hammer
it.
time.
I stand up. And... Alright.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll let it go.
Okay.
We'll let it go. It's fine.
That's why I wasn't gonna question.
My
Uh-huh.
goddamn spell slots, thank you, Forge.
I'll let it slide this time. You are right.
What happened?
I
He was-
forgot
he
that
was
he was
prone.
prone. He would have had advantage.
He would have got,
Yeah.
he would have hit with the 22.
Time for the old.
If you want, I can use my last portent.
It doesn't matter. I already called that it was a miss, so we'll just let it go.
Okay.
Alright, time for the old 1-2, big guy.
And before he rolls a 1 and a 2.
11 hits.
For 10 plus 12.
Okay.
And offhand,
Yeah.
21. For 7, 8.
Yep. Bring the first one down. It strikes true. The second one you get on like almost like an uppercut and you slash it across the chest, leaving a nice little gash that goes from the lower portion of its chest up to its shoulder, kind of grinning a little bit, finally getting to land a couple of shots against it.
Not going down that easily, huh? Fine.
Yasha, your turn.
Tell me if you've heard this one before. I step over to the half-orc, and I cure him.
And cast Cure Wounds.
For 7.
Shade it.
Say the line, Warlock.
He
I
has
cast Eldritch Blast.
he has just barely enough health to survive another attack.
Yes.
Just stop
Yes,
it.
I
Just barely.
Just stop. Just stop.
Just stop it.
Stop it, bro. Stop.
This ogre brings it down. Doesn't have disadvantage this time.
I'm using portent to change that to a 5.
Hold on, Ren's got his own thing.
Okay, never mind.
I do.
Let Rin have things.
Let me have my moment.
Especially since
Um,
that's gonna make it a nat 1.
So yeah, she will kind of like make a gesture where she bites down on her lip, and then its eyes explode with blood. And it has disadvantage.
Ooh. Awesome. Yeah, so that's going to be a nat 1, which means... Ooh, what is this one?
The same prone one.
No. It's prone, but... Oh, it has a dex check first. To see. Yeah, it's prone.
Awesome.
Once again, drops to the ground, prone, directly in front of Ursula, giving her advantage on her attack.
Yay.
Yeah.
Kinda wish I was fighting that one now.
Oh, look at that.
Advantage.
I have
is-
advantage.
That is so very fortunate.
So good that it fell over.
You know, this has been kind of like, taking it aside, this has been kind of like a really good fight over there.
It has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me damage. All right.
That's a 3, you motherfucker.
It's been a real roller coaster of emotion.
Okay, 9.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Still standing.
Oh my god.
Pink, you're up.
Don't know what's supposed to beat these ones up.
Which one? Neither of them.
This one.
Neither of them.
Neither of them.
Okay.
Oops.
That's fine.
Blast against the wall here. Kind of just by Korthok. Kind of looks as sees it. Doesn't really pay too much attention to it though. But oh, if only he had flanking. Brings the Morningstar down. Korthok sidestepping as it crashes into the ground, destroying the corner here of the wall as it kind of swipes through, doing no damage. Korthok.
How many rounds has it been since combat started?
Yep.
Okay.
About that time, isn't it? We'll take it we'll let him get through this round and then we'll take it away.
Has it been 10 rounds?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's probably
It's
if it's
probably
not,
10 rounds. I'll give you through this turn and then we'll take it away.
Fair enough. All right. Looks like I got a turn to end ya.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Do you know what he's talking about? Turns.
12 hits as well.
And so for a total of
20
damage.
Tell me how you killed the ogre.
Well, with one axe going into one shoulder, I force him down to his knees and lop his head off with the free axe, and then rip my axes free.
And then you shrink, and then the ogre falls on top of you.
Oh,
And
fuck.
then you're dead.
Can't believe you've done this.
As you finally are able to drop this ogre and it crumples to the ground, you feel yourself start to shrink and return back to your normal self. A bit awkward at first.
Oh,
No,
everything's
that's
bigger again.
normal. Men usually shrink once they're done.
Oh, well, I can also use my movement. I'm gonna put myself next to hers.
Yeah. Yasha, you're up.
I might.
You might regret that, but
You haven't taken damage yet. You haven't.
I did take 6 points, but
I am
Not yet.
going to cast a firebolt spell on this guy right there because I don't like him.
Yep. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Just a little fireball.
Yeah. So you throw the firebolt, goes right between Korthok and Ursula, hits it square in the chest, doing a nice little bit of damage, but it's still standing.
Well, lying.
And it rears back. Actually, it comes to its feet first, because it has to do that. And then it rears back with the Morningstar and brings it down on top of Ursula.
you want to know the best part?
What?
I do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. So at 11.
Yep.
Doesn't miss. Or it does miss, right?
Doesn't
Doesn't
Yeah,
miss.
doesn't
It's
hit.
gonna hit. Yeah. So brings it down. Again, swinging a bit wildly. It's kind of in its last bits of life, and knows it's probably not going to survive much longer. Frantically swinging, hits the corner of the wall. The Morning Star kind of bouncing back and kind of recoils and holds it back over its head, getting ready to swipe down on its next turn again.
Would I need to make a check to get around it, technically? Or can I move through it because it's larger?
You can move through it, but it's going to be difficult terrain, so you won't get much movement after that.
25. Okay,
So, yeah.
I don't need to move any further. 17?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh my god, Crimson Right, why do you do this?
D4.
I know, but it's always it's been a 2 the entire fight, and now it goes to 1.
Tell me how you just killed this one.
So she actually, like, jumps over it and will hook under it like she has been with the other ones, but she'll bring it down with her as she lands on the other side, and she looks back to the group and kind of locks eyes with the ogre and says, "Nice head, think I'll take it," and then decapitates him.
Nice.
Oh fuck! I should have said that.
That was for you, Rez.
Thanks, buddy.
That's what she says in her head. In reality, she goes, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, that one I don't get so much.
That's the like rest of the joke from Aqua Teen, because
Oh,
he's
right.
he's like, "Nice head, think I'll take it," but then he actually sees the person and he's just like, "What are you doing here?"
All right. It's been a while since I've seen that episode.
So the second ogre drops to the ground. Up to the north, you notice Gillian is kind of mourning over the fallen body of his beloved. Though something kind of snapped in him as combat was going. He's just kind of laying there, and eyes closed, laying over top of her, just sobbing.
Can I make an insight check to figure out if he's still insane?
Sure. As you're kind of watching,
That's okay.
you don't think he's insane. He's definitely disoriented. Kind of in shock. But beyond that, no, he seems normal.
So as we're walking up, I'd like to do something.
Okay.
Kothok cracks his neck, cracks his fist after putting his hand axes away, and just stares at the guy. Well, seems we're out of dance partners. Now, would you care to explain what's been going on here and why we should kill you for it?
I think.
And when he says why we shouldn't kill you, Ursa is marching up to him, dragging her bloody scythe behind her.
I think the whatever power he has.
She stomps over the body.
As you get near him, he looks up and cowers back, kind of pressing himself back against this the water basin here, and kind of looks up at you. Who are you people? What are you doing in my mansion?
I think whatever power had control of him is gone now.
Explain yourself.
What do
Why
you,
are the undead roaming from your home?
what do you mean undead?
She's still transformed, so she's looking especially intimidating. But as she like hefts up the scythe in a very ready to drop it on him, explain.
He kind of shakes his head. Says, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's
I think he's telling the truth.
whatever had control, I think, is let him go.
You're not a necromancer, are you, sir?
necromancer? No, I don't even know magic.
How did this? Uh, uh, how how did what happened in the last few days?
He kind of shakes his head, and I don't know. Who are you people? What are you doing in my home? What did you do to my beloved?
What's the last thing remembered that you what's the last thing that you remember?
Kind of looks, trying to look past Ursula and look back towards Pink, and says, my wife and I were here. There was a man. He showed up and said he needed our help.
And she'll grab him by the scruff of his shirt and lift him up. And where is he now?
I don't know. I don't know who this man is, or what he was doing here, or why he was here. None of this makes sense.
Well, apparently whatever he was doing here was that, and he had Korthok thumbs behind him, showing off all the zombie corpses.
As you kind of point that out and he sees the zombies, he kind of panics and like his eyes just grow, like as if he wasn't already intimidated enough by Ursula. His eyes grow to the size of like a silver dollar, and he just looks and he's like just in complete fear and just stumbling over his own words. He doesn't understand why there are undead in his home.
Yeah, we've been taking care of those for you.
They said that he wasn't acting the normal way he does.
I heard him, but it doesn't excuse what's happened in his home or what he allowed this person to do. If he can't give us any information.
He looks at you and he says, I'll tell you everything I know. There have been cultists around the village. They came by here, one of them, anyways.
Where are they now?
I don't know where they are. They said that they would be back. They're searching for something, some cavern. I don't know.
He hasn't exactly had his mind about him for the past few days. I don't expect he knows much about his time serving him. Seems like he blanked on that.
He looks over at his wife, and who's collapsed under the feet of Ursula. He can't really see her, nor did he get a good look at her. And he kind of looks over in her direction, and again just begins sobbing and says, I don't remember any of this. She was at my side. We were fine. We were happy.
I wish none of this had to happen, sir, but...
He's like, is she dead?
You allowed these cultists to skulk
Ursula.
about your village.
Ursula.
You've earned this, and she'll drop him right at the feet of his dead wife. You're supposed to be the leader of this village. If you knew cultists were here, you should have dealt with them before this got out of hand.
He looks at you and says, I don't think you understand.
I understand that it's my job to crush evil like this. I don't care what excuses you have for letting them operate. This is the price you pay for allowing evil within your village. And she gestures again to the wife.
His head kind of sinks, and he looks down at his wife, who is in the form of an undead zombie, and he kind of gasps and pulls back a little bit and says, I deserve this. I was completely...
And you will live. And you will live knowing that you did this.
Do I know of any, like, can, after someone's been turned into an undead, can they be resurrected or anything like that?
Mm,
That's a
it's
good. I don't think it's ever addressed that.
to be able to do so, you would have to get the soul of the being out and then be able to move it into a different body, but that would require true resurrection to do so.
So yes, but
You can, but
there's
it's not something you can do like
Yeah,
at third level.
we don't have that, and we don't know anybody who would be able to do it.
Yeah.
We probably don't even really have the knowledge to.
Yeah, we probably don't even think it's possible.
Yeah, like to you thinking back on it, and even like you could do an Arcana check and see, but I'm pretty certain that I know there's nobody here that could do so. And yeah, based on your knowledge, you know that there are probably really, really powerful magics that could do so, but it's not something you would ever be capable of.
Yet. Only the most powerful magics can bring her back now.
Mm-hmm.
But at least she isn't bound but to that existence anymore.
Yes, take some solace in knowing that she's at least released. You're welcome.
He kind of looks up at Ursula and says, "Then you've done your job. You can leave."
Okay, but I'm keeping the beer.
I would like to look at the water, because it seemed like he was looking at it before, and see if there's anything magical about it, anything that might have had like a cultist influence.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Oh yeah. You start looking around this water basin, and as you do, you notice back almost directly behind where he is, there's a little bit of what looks like a button on the underside of this water basin. That when pressed, it starts opening a doorway back behind it, revealing kind of a hidden passage, or what you would believe to be a hidden passage. And when he had pressed it thinking he would be able to escape and get away and kind of hide. But whenever his wife fell, he released it and it just went back into place and closed off again.
I think I found something. Maybe when he was still under the influence of the cultists, they fled. Maybe he was fleeing to them, and now he's not, and it was going this way.
He kind of looks at you and says, "We have a hidden passage that leads out of here and back into the village. That way, if in an emergency, we can quickly escape, or we can bring people from the village and bring them here. It's been in use for many years, but I haven't had a need to use so in quite some time."
Huh. Seems very handy. And I was just gonna do a bit as Korthok pulls out one of the jugs that he had taken, uncorks it, and kind of sniffs it to make sure it's all right.
Are you taking a drink?
Can I sniff it first and
Yeah,
see
you
if
can sniff it.
there's anything? Investigation or perception?
You can
Survival?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
21. It smells like alcohol, very potent alcohol.
Yeah, I'll take a sip.
Okay, go ahead and give me a con save.
And then he turns into a zombie.
Okay, do.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Double.
Unlike Pink, who took a small sip and failed horribly and became instantly drunk, you take a sip of this and you're like, huh, not bad. Nothing bad happens to you. It doesn't make you feel intoxicated at all. It's just everything's fine.
Wipe back of my mouth, back of my hand. Cork it. That's some good stuff. I'll save that for later.
Maybe we should clear out any of the remaining zombies in the first room, and then maybe try following the secret path.
Well, he said as it goes back into the town, unless the cultists are currently there, I think the rest we can do is clear out the zombies and look for... You said they were looking for a cavern.
He kind of nods and says, yes, it's a cavern devoted to a god.
We could ask around the town.
Do I offhand know of any taverns like that?
A cavern? No.
Cavern.
No. In fact, it's kind of odd that they're asking around about a cavern in this area, as most of the area is pretty flat. But that story is not something that you will experience in this, as you have actually come to the end of the one-shot. Or at least what I've finished up so far.
Okay.
As you begin to kind of comfort him a bit, Pink, Ursula, on the other hand, not being very comforting, immediately wants to just dispose of all the undead and kind of clear it out. You go out into the lobby, and Ursula and Korthok and I'm guessing Yasha as well go out into the lobby, start clearing it out. Pink, as you sit with him, he starts kind of telling you everything. He explains that before the cultists showed up, warning that one day they will request something of him, and should he decide that he does not wish to participate, they will overthrow the village, and do so by killing all of the villagers. He wished to spare them and wanted to keep all of them as far away from the village as possible. That's why in recent days, while they had seen some cultist activity in the village, it wasn't anything like it could have been, because he was trying to keep them away. Allowing them here, however, they were able to get into his head, and they cast a spell upon him. Everything that he saw, he felt he was legit. He was in a fantastic mood. Him running down to the tavern, he felt like he was inviting everybody to come and hang out, and he brought 3 beautiful women to the inn to kind of tempt some of the patrons to come to his mansion for this party. Everything that he saw, he believed was legitimate. These were real people dressed in really nice attire and coming here for a party. His friends that were from various places around the realm. As he continues to explain this, he explains everything that his wife, when before this spell kind of fallen over him, his wife was alive and living with him. He had no recollection of her death or why she would be a zombie now. He doesn't understand exactly what the cultist motives are, but described a pendant that was hanging around their neck, one resembling an open hand with a skull emblazoned in it. And kind of recalled stories of an old society, but didn't have much detail about it. He then explained the individual who came to him and kind of threatened the village itself. As a kind of tall, dark hair, wearing a very large cloak, very intimidating, as he kind of revealed himself, pulling his cloak back, revealing dark black hair. Claimed that he was to become a god.
Dun dun dun.
And that the village and his power and access to this cavern that he's looking for was his answer to that. And whether the village wanted to help or not was up to them, and would ultimately decide the fate of the village itself. As for Lucky and the Halfling 5, after this incident, they decided they would no longer perform at the Thirsty Ferret, and would then instead take their services to the city of Toledo, the second largest city here on the island of Clycair, where they would continue to entertain people for a while, but Lucky would eventually find himself led in a different direction, and ending up leaving the Isles and making his way back to the Sword Coast, and they eventually would replace him. I'm trying to think.
Important question.
Sure.
Did he wind up in Cholt?
He absolutely did.
Ah.
Against his will.
We should have killed him.
Yeah. And that is the story of Falseharbor's origins.
Shay, did you tell Forge the thing?
The thing?
The thing about my game?
About Pink.
About Pink?
Or did you change that?
Oh, that she's half-sister to Kanan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I picked up on it based on how she was talking.
Oh, yeah. That would make
Fucking
sense.
shark burn my book.
Yasha also has a connection here, too.
Oh, yes, I picked up on that,
Yeah,
too.
hers is pretty obvious.
I'm just not sure what the because you said kids, too, so that threw me.
She is Ryland's mom.
Oh, okay.
Which means that D'Arton is not her last name. Instead,
It's actually Paradris.
She is the now dead wife of Baron Paradris.
I still say Ryland should be king.
I mean, this whole thing started because one member of the Paradris family got greedy and wanted to be king. So,
I mean,
maybe it runs in the family.
Given that the Empire hasn't told the king to, not hang out with his son,
He may be
if
dead.
he's dead, then, Ryland has a pretty strong claim.
So, what did you think of this?
I thought it was fun.
It was good.
It's a prequel to the Empire, or to the Civil War game. Kind of feels like this is what was happening, and too bad no one caught it before, and now it's out of control.
And one of the stories that comes up in the Empire side is Gillian is no longer in charge. Gillian is assassinated, but he's assassinated by the current magistrate of the village, and he did so because Gillian wasn't going to stand up to the cultists.
Good.
And he assassinated him and said, instead, what's going to happen is I'm going to detour all of the cultists here, keep them entirely away from the city, because Gillion was just letting them do what they pleased and was hoping to just kind of stay in their good graces, where Luthard was telling them, you are only allowed here. I will help you. I will do what I can to help you. And had waited for reinforcements to be called, to be brought to the city from the Empire to come and take him out. So when the champions of the Empire show up here and they find this place is overran by cultists, they start going through and they're like, oh, wait a second, let's get reinforcements here. And it's like, yes, they did what he was wanting them to do. So yeah.
I would just like to say I had a lot of fun, and I am once again so very sorry I was late.
Oh, it's okay. That's all right. It's fine. You managed. You did miss the fun beginning part, though.
It's not a very common occurrence, but I try not to do it. I got really mixed up. I'm sorry.
I like these kinds of things. I can't wait for Flatfoot to make an appearance in Forest for the Trees.
Yeah, and this one, the reason that I wanted to rework this, because originally it was a story of the Alliance coming here to take over the city. That was originally what it was.
Oh.
Yeah, so the main villain of them coming here whenever they ran this the first time was actually Bovictus's number 2, Kasara, Commander Argent. She was here and she was the main villain, and she was working with the cultists to overthrow the city.
I see.
Mm-hmm. But then I reworked it because I was like, I want to do something fun, but at the same time lead into a story where things could be a little different. And yeah, I thought this was a little more fun and kind of silly at the same time. Is kind of more appropriate for a one-shot.
I liked it.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna end stream, and then as soon as I do, I'll come back and yeah, we can chat some more.
Cool.
All right, so that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, every one of you that decided to join us on this fun little game, this one-off kind of prequel to everything that has happened for Civil War. So it's kind of fun to give you this. Maybe I'll do more like one-shot kind of stories about the Living Isles and our Civil War campaign, because that could be fun, and you could get more backstory and get to see some other things that others didn't get to see. So yeah, let's find. Let's just go to Phoenix Rising. They're playing right now. We'll just go over and say hi to them. Don't forget, we will be here on Tuesday for Tyranny of Dragons, and then back on Wednesday for Civil War. I hope to see you guys there. So tune in, come and hang out with us. I would appreciate it, and I would love having you. I think that's going to be it. Have a good night, guys, and I will see you Tuesday.